/bill, use code BILL10 to save 10%. On this Friday, I'm thinking about the Democratic Party's foolish rhetoric on the economy. Progressive politicians are running around the country screaming, affordability, affordability, like Paul Revere. But when you ask them how they would lower prices in America, they don't have a blanking clue. They can't do what they want to do. New York City Mayor Mamdani is the most effective mouthpiece here because he is promising to freeze rent in New York and give away free food and free other stuff. He's got the power to do that, but on the federal level, you don't. So Mamdani is obviously seeking to circumvent the capitalistic system. That's what communists do. They want the state to take over the means of production. If you want a communist country, you can control prices and wages. Hello, Cuba. But not in a free market economy. Here's the truth. If you have no money in the bank, it's likely your own fault. Unless you have an infirmity, there are many ways to support yourself in America, many options to make honest money. The primary reason poverty is spreading is that people don't know how to manage their money, and they don't know how to live a responsible financial life. Back in a moment. For 250 years, home ownership has been the cornerstone of the American dream. But that dream is under attack for many across the USA due to the rise in title fraud. But you can protect yourself with 25% off Home Title Lock's $1 million triple lock protection. Please go to HomeTitleLock.com today. Use promo code BILL25 at checkout. Don't let yourself become a victim. That is the Morning O'Reilly Update. More analysis.
This hour, the Vic Porcelli Show, brought to you by Connor Roofing. You can count on Connor for all your roofing needs. Visit ConnorRoofing.com. That's CONNER Roofing.com. Vic Porcelli.
Come on, you're Italian. You understand.
Every day is a busy day all of a sudden.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
Tough and smart, and I love Italian, so, he's definitely Italian.
At least I have this show to come and talk about it and let some stuff up.
What kind of a show are you guys putting on here today?
The Vic Porcelli Show.
Good morning, freedom fighters. Kenny Williams.
Vic Porcelli. Is that my radio voice, I guess?
What? No, not radio. I was doing my PA, baseball stadium PA voice.
Oh, okay.
So what number were you when you played baseball?
Number 3, buddy.
Now batting number 3, Brian. No.
What's my name?
Ken Williams.
And then echo.
Yeah, I got a couple of days off next week.
You do?
Yeah, I do. And there's all kinds of new handsomeness on the video stream this morning of my new hair.
He took his headphones off and started rustling with his hair.
Problem with that?
Yeah, because I have none.
What are you going to do? Oh, I was going to say, Kenny and I both got haircuts. But,
I did. I actually did in the shower today.
See that?
I do almost every day.
Perfect. All right, Karen Kataline coming up in a bit. 9:25, one of our favorite new features called What the?
Mm-hmm.
Nate Lucas, who apparently is mutiny, going to do the show on Monday, and then from then on it'll be Nate Lucas.
It's going to be a blast. We're going to have a good time.
Okay. Porcelli's Deli today, we're going to focus on David Bowie and his great live album, David Live, from 1974.
Nice.
One of my favorite albums of all time.
Okay.
So Tuesday when we had Nick Schroer on, right? We're talking, saying goodbye. He goes, yeah, we're working on this law, that law, no Sharia law. And I was like, what?
Wait a minute.
What the hell is all that? So we said, hey, Nick, can you come back on and talk to us about that? And today's the day.
Yes.
At 10:41. Tony Kinnett, chat box. Ken, I'm losing so much money.
909.
Every single morning I lose money. Who's doing the Pledge of Allegiance, Kenny?
Yeah, from the State Department, the State Department spokesman, Tommy Pickett.
Oh, yes. He used to be at the RNC.
Yes.
Look at him now.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tommy.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. He's a Jersey boy, too. So the bombings in Iran are continuing, and I think this is the home stretch. This is like the horse is coming around the stretch, heading for the finish line.
We'll see. It's going to be interesting. I know it's a lot more complicated than we're talking about it because we just don't know, and we shouldn't know, Vic. But at the same time, I'm going to maintain what I said. There's never going to be a deal with them. So
I think he realizes that now.
Yeah.
And Amendment 4, Amendment 5, August 4th is creeping up on us, Kenny. It's a couple of weeks away.
Yeah.
So we got to make sure we know, and that everybody else knows what it means.
Yeah, and with vacations and everything coming up, I know this firsthand because I have to early vote. I have to do the early voting thing, and we have the process and everything. So get that done now because you don't have up to the time. There's a deadline. So get your early vote ready.
That's a great point because they'll probably pull some shenanigans
You got that.
on Election Day.
Yep.
But good point, Kenny. That's why I work with Kenny Williams.
The one and only Karen Kataline.
Did you know that I'm married to a trucker? I feel like using a Yiddish word, famished. Toiling in front of my computer I am. They're just too dumb to lie. He has the effect of 6 shots of scotch.
Good morning, Karen Kataline. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Ken and Vic. I mean, Vic and Ken.
I don't need this today.
That's just funny every time I hear it.
I don't need this. How are you?
Doing great. Feeling good.
Okay.
Hope you both are.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, Vic is. Vic just wants a little, 4-day weekend. He's just looking for that 4-day weekend. It's going to be fun for him.
Hey, who could blame him? You guys do 15 hours of radio a week. Most people don't realize how exhausting that can be.
Well, thank you. Right. I'm tired.
Have I redeemed myself now?
You
Totally.
have, Karen.
Totally. All right. So I want to read you a post on X. Can I do that?
Sure.
It's a question. At what point does a reasonable person conclude that they are pro-fraud? What's the answer to that question?
Answer: a long, long time ago. First words of American Pie. I read it again and I went,
Yes.
a long, long time ago. Yes. Anybody who hasn't already concluded that, like, what's your answer if it ain't that? It's that.
Yeah.
Not only are they pro-fraud, but I will go a step further and say that many, many of them, and it's not exclusive to Democrats, they just got more, I believe, are worried about being implicated.
Oh, no kidding. Boy, you're right. And I got to tell you, we had Grover Norquist in here. Do you know who he is?
Oh, I know very well.
We had him in the studio. When
you don't want to know what I know about him, though.
Did you two date back in the past?
He's good. No, he's good on taxes.
Yeah.
And stuff. He tends to be kind of pro-Arab, or at least he was.
Oh.
He has a history of that. I don't know why. And I'm not stating it pejoratively until I know. But word was he's married to a Muslim and kind of went the other way. But as far as taxes, he's very good on that.
Okay, well, let's talk about that part. How's that?
Okay, well, we'll talk about the good stuff.
So when he was here, he actually came in the studio. Like when you get Grover Norquist here in the studio, that's a good day. And we didn't have time during the interview to tell him about it. I'm sorry, it wasn't an interview. It was a conversation. We don't call them interviews. They're conversations. And right before he left, I said, hey, Grover, I said, well, before 1913, there was no income tax, How come, what happened to that? He says, well, back then, the government only spent 2%. And it all comes down to spending. But to bring up your fraud thing, the debt now for this country is about $38 trillion, right? $39 trillion. How much of that is actually fraud?
Unfortunately, we don't know because it's been going on for so long.
We don't know. We need to know. We need to know.
We have a corrupt Congress as a whole. By the way, because this is radio and people hold you to things you say.
Yeah.
I just have to backtrack for a second and say that someone who's married to a Muslim doesn't necessarily make them
A Jew hater.
suspect
Right.
or even a Jew hater.
Right.
Anyway,
That's fine.
so I'm just saying that doesn't immediately implicate them. As I was listening on the news, total digression, that Chucky Flatulence
Oh boy.
Schumer
Oh boy.
is not going to vote for this nominee because this nominee defended Donald Trump, and that makes him guilty. See, we're not those guys. We're conservatives, and we take every issue individually, not blanket bigotry, which is what the left engages in. Now, what was the question?
I don't know. That was minutes ago. Expect me to remember that?
Exactly. Yes, it's true. There's so much fraud and corruption. Remember, every time they said we gotta do roads and bridges, which they never build or improved, and we need a lockbox for Medicare and all these entitlement programs because they're going broke. Well, why are they going broke? Because there are people treating these things as their private personal piggy bank and buying Lamborghinis with our money.
Karen, we talk about fraud, and you said, that when are you aware? I don't think the Democrats, I think they're aware, but I think they don't care because they have the media on their side. And this goes along with the fraud and voting and everything. And I want you to hear Slotkin. She talks about fraud, or not fraud, but the Save America Act, and she's not all for it.
The other thing that we blocked yesterday was the SAVE Act, right? Which was literally allow this administration to rig our democracy so that it would be hard for any Democrat in any state to win any election.
There it is. There it is.
And that's the key right there. She knows
Another
there's going to be
cross
fraud.
we have to bear.
Right, but she's not going to win. They're not going to win without it or with it.
They can't win without it, and she admitted it without realizing she admitted it. We can't win when there are fair elections, which is a great run-up to, I am very looking forward to tonight's speech. I want real news. I want real change. I mean, I want this to matter in November, because if it doesn't, what's it all for if you can't have an honest election?
Right.
So that's what he's going to talk about. I hope it's something truly concrete.
Well,
because you're right, they can't win unless they cheat.
We're covering the entire thing tonight.
Oh, that's great.
So you can hear it
Good
live
for you.
if you're in the car, wherever you are.
No wonder you're exhausted. You work day and night.
I do. I slave over a hot microphone for you people.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
All right. So you had mentioned briefly that they're getting on Trump for appointing Todd Blanche to be, is that his first name, Todd? Blanche?
Yeah, Todd Blanche. Yeah.
To be the Attorney General. And because he's friends with Trump. I'm sorry, who did Biden pick again? Oh, that's right. Merrick Garland, who went after people who were just going to church.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Right.
I mean, what do they think? They want to they want us to say, "Oh, here's Che Guevara. He's going to be the new Attorney General."
Right.
Never applies to them. And this, of course, is the guy that Obama tried to get into the Supreme Court. I venture to say he might have been better than a woman who doesn't know what a woman is, but the left poses a threat enormously.
I mean,
in that degree, because they all march in goose step.
I want to make sure.
Did I say that?
No, it's okay.
Lockstep.
I want to make sure I understand, because sometimes I'm slow to pick up. Are you talking about Ketanji Jackson Brown?
Yes.
Wait.
No.
That doesn't sound
No,
right.
it's Ketanji Brown Jackson, Beck.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because I always thought it was Ketanji Jackson Brown.
No.
I don't get it.
No.
All right.
Ketanji Brown Jackson.
That's so stupid.
I love that. I mean, you can't have this in a regular conversation, not on the air, that when you're talking to a person you really love about stuff like this, and then all of a sudden someone has a perfectly appropriate soundbite.
Are you saying
just push a button and there it is?
Are you saying you really love us? Is that what you're saying?
Nah.
I was close.
Nah.
So
Thanks,
close.
Karen.
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, right. Of course. So anyway, my point is with Todd Blanche, it's of course, a guy he likes. What are you going to do? Let me see. I'm the president of the United States. Let me pick a guy who really hates me to be attorney general. Who
Mamdani, let's do that.
Yeah, Mamdani.
Yeah,
Let's pick
I was just
Mamdani.
going to say.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, exactly. And don't. Not only that, but I don't even want to say it in jest. Let's make him Secretary of State. That's like making Iran in charge of women's rights, and they do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, according
Gay
to the
people
UN,
in charge of LGBT rights in Gaza.
Yeah.
How about that?
There's a woman, I didn't catch her name. She's running for office, and she's Muslim, she says, and she's got the thing on her head.
Porcelain skin.
She's
Yes,
got
I saw
makeup,
her.
big
I
time
saw
makeup.
her. Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
like, what? Are you sure you're Arab or you're a
Look
Muslim?
in the
Muslim.
dictionary. Look in the dictionary. You will see her picture next to useful idiots.
I just don't get it. And I don't know if you saw this story, but on Fox News Digital last night, this one blew me away that this isn't the biggest story of the day and possibly of the week. A guy who's running for representative, congressional hopeful, says that Trump must be killed because he's the Antichrist.
You're kidding.
When do you get to say that?
Who? You don't know who this guy is?
Yeah, he's William Upham.
From where?
Florida.
Florida?
Yeah, and he's a Republican write-in candidate.
He's a Republican.
Yeah. He says that Trump is the Antichrist and he must be killed.
That is a legitimate reason to have him arrested.
Yes.
And hanged.
Yeah, it's treason.
Yeah.
It is treasonous.
You're gonna bring back the T word, baby. I
Yeah.
mean, there is a definition. Not that we want to be them, but we're not them. You know, he's playing that. You know, every time I think I've heard it all,
Yeah.
I haven't. That's a new one I haven't heard, but sadly, I'm not surprised.
Well, Karen, Vic told me that this morning, and I looked at him. I said, yeah. And he goes, well, that's pretty shocking. I said, yeah, 3 years ago it would have been.
Yeah.
But now with the Democrat
No.
Socialists, it's like, well, this is what we're getting. This is what it's growing. This whole thing is.
And there were markers.
Yes.
And this is on the left, but eventually those things meet on the other side.
Yeah.
The marker was when a guy shoots a CEO in broad daylight
Yeah.
on a sidewalk who happens to be CEO of a healthcare organization, United Healthcare, and people make him into a hero and cheer. That was a marker. People didn't understand why some of us were so horrified and beside ourselves. It's because they didn't understand the ramifications of that and the message that it sends. It's okay to advocate for people's murder whom you don't like, or use others as your proxy to do so, or to incite them to do so. You know, we just don't have enough prisons. I'm sorry.
Yeah. While the socialists are saying we need to get rid of all of them.
Well, gee, you know why?
Yeah.
They
it all makes
ban
sense now,
them
doesn't it?
legitimately.
All right, Karen, you're going to
You
miss
work
me.
me up.
You
You just work me up. That's what you do.
apologize to your husband for me for that.
Okay.
You going to miss me
Okay.
Monday?
Of course I will. Who am I talking to?
You'll be talking to me and Nate.
Nate,
Ooh, baby.
Nate.
Okay, we'll try not to be too interesting for you.
thank you. Nate,
right.
Nate is the communications director for U.S. Representative Eric Burlison. So he's in.
Tremendous. Can't wait.
Save all your Washington, D.C. comments for him.
Really, really enjoy your time off. You deserve it.
Thank you, Karen. I love you so much.
Okay, take care. Love you too.
Bye, Karen.
Bye.
This is what we need. We need a Zoot Suit Riot. Riot!
Wonder if there'll be any Zoot Suits this Saturday for the 1,000 suit giveaway for Heroes Care.
Oh, my God. What happened to our thing? They took it down?
Well, yeah, they had. I'm sure they had to.
John Jerome
Yeah.
came in yesterday.
Yeah.
I was blown away at the support for this and everything they do
Yeah.
for veterans, police, firefighters, EMS. I love it.
And we'll
Love
be
it.
talking about it.
Well, you know what we're going to do next?
But
What the?
Watch us on our live stream using Rumble, Facebook, and Twitter.
Savvy and you'll understand. In my veins, hot
You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show.
Are you ready to choose freedom over democracy? Because that's America.
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL. This Karen Kataline segment brought to you by Gingham's Family Restaurant. Locally owned and operated. Just south of 70 on Highway 94. If you have a phone, you have a radio. Download the all-new News Talk STL app.
Love the all-new app.
And listen anytime, anywhere.
Let's take a break.
Good idea.
Hey, Tom, what are you doing on that Amendment 4?
You know we fought for our freedom and rights. I'm not giving them away without a fight.
4 takes them?
That's exactly what 4 does. For over 100 years, Missouri voters have used our constitutional power to act when the politicians refused. I'll be darned if I'm voting to pass on less freedom and power to my kids.
And doesn't 4 also kill majority rule?
Yup. Creates minority rule, or just 5% of the most liberal statewide voters in one Missouri congressional district that block any citizen-led reform, making it nearly impossible to pass common-sense conservative citizen ballot measures.
That's crazy town stuff.
And we've needed our citizen ballot measure power to pass some big conservative stuff, like outlawing tax hikes without voter approval, lobbyist reforms, and term limits for career politicians.
No way I'm letting a tiny fraction of liberals derail our conservative power. I'm no on Amendment 4.
Hard no on 4.
Pay 4 buttons or inch per care governance.
Connor Roofing, you can count on Connor. Connor Roofing is now a 2-time winner of the National Best of the Best Award for customer satisfaction for roofing, storm damage restoration, siding, gutters, both residential and commercial. Please visit ConnorRoofing.com for an estimate. And remember, you can count on Connor.
Hey, Jamie Allman here, looking for the ultimate escape? Well, welcome to Santino's, where luxury meets authenticity in a stunning 6,000 square foot destination. Browse hundreds of premium cigars in the walk-in humidor. Explore more than 700 bottles of whiskey. Whether it's their non-smoking wine room, gaming lounge with custom poker tables, it's Santino's just off Highway 55 at the Imperial exit. See them at Santino'sCigarCocktails.com. That's Santino'sCigarCocktails.com.
Chris Arps here, and after Becky and I leave church on Sunday, we head down the street to Capriotti's to grab a classic meatball sub. I love Capriotti's, and you will too. Visit Capriotti's now at 2 locations on Manchester, McKnight, and Rock Hill, and now in Creve Coeur on Olive, just 1 mile west of 270.
She's blood, flesh, and bone. No talks a silicone. She's touch, smell, sight, taste, and sound.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
The Vic Porcelli Show on News Talk STL.
Celebrating our 5th anniversary this Sunday.
Yes.
We signed on July 19th, 2001, and now look at us, 5 years into it. To celebrate, we want to give you some really cool stuff, like a limited edition America 250 News Talk STL t-shirt. They are really cool, really smart-looking shirts. And all you got to do is go to News Talk STL and register. Congratulations to Vicky and Susie and Sandra and Michaela and Karen. They all got all women.
Wonderful.
We're big with ladies.
So we can still have them sign up, though, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Go to News Talk STL and sign up. All right. It's time for a new feature of ours, and we call it What the?
What the?
What the?
What? What the?
What?
What the?
What? What the hell?
Boy, what in the hell?
If you need somebody to find a ton of people saying what the in a movie or a show, call Ken Williams.
That's right.
He'll find them. So this is just basically what Ken and I have bookmarked on X.
Yeah, I mean, you see something, you go, wow, what the? And then you just have to save it.
So it's rapid fire. We just move, go. We don't stop for too much. All right, Ken, you go first.
All right, this is from C3. Remember, the far-left judge, Boardman, only gave Nicholas Roski 8 out of 30 years for trying to assassinate Justice Kavanaugh. Barely 25%. Nicholas goes by Sophie Roski now. Leftist violence is protected by leftist judiciary, then hidden by leftist media. the party of violence.
What the?
What the?
Chancellor of University of California, San Francisco, who is also a doctor, was testifying before Congress, and he said the vast majority of pregnancies are in women.
What the?
Pixie says, I do not care. Deport every one of them. It's in response to Tom Homan's remark, you can't deport 50 million illegals without there being some injuries or without leftists being hurt. Their feelings must be hurt. I don't give a damn. Deport every one of them today.
What the what?
Perry Weaver posted a, oh my God, what's his name? You are the father. What's his name?
Maury Povich.
Maury Povich. It's a picture of him. It's a meme. And he says, good morning from Central Florida. Doctors say that too much caffeine can kill you. Veterans have determined that is a lie.
What the?
Hunter Eagleman, a person who follows me, actually, he says,
stop showing off.
I don't care if his social security number was fake or not. I don't care that he possibly worked here in America. I don't care that he was 26 years old. I stopped caring the moment he tried to plow down ICE agents with his car, his choice, his consequences.
What the?
Cora posts, I support ICE for keeping our citizens safe.
What the?
Matt Van Swall. So I checked the math on this. ICE custody deaths in 2025, a total of 33 people. Nearly every one was an immigrant who died of a medical issue or suicide in detention. Not someone killed by an agent. But, homicides by purely illegal immigrants, 450 to 600 a year. Okay, that's the number. Keep that in mind. That's the low estimate. Add legal immigrants, and it's more than triples. That's more than 30 to 1. Your claim just isn't just wrong. It literally completely and backwards is completely retarded.
What the?
A voice you hear on this show once a week with Jamie Allman. James Carafano says, World Cup. The right two teams are in the final. The only difference for me is that one has an admirable national leader, the other one has a scoundrel running the country. So the edge is Argentina. But honestly, both teams deserve to be in the final and are worthy of the World Cup.
What the?
Willie Eschenbach. Whites are around 10% of the global population, so please, can people stop saying that white countries are morally obligated to take in minorities? We are the damn minorities!
That's right.
And we are fools to keep importing third world barbarians.
What the?
Jim Music says, happy birthday to Stuart Copeland, former drummer of the Police, born in Alexandria, Virginia. He's 74 years old today.
What the?
JD says Trump, or this is a quote actually from, JD. Trump did not make California unaffordable and unsafe. Democrats did that.
What the?
Ashwin put a quote up from Caitlin Clark, who got beat up again last night, by the way.
Oh, man.
She says, Caitlin talks about the second quarter incident with Stokes. Knee in the quad. That hurts. The ref can't miss that. And then I have to play with a contusion in my leg for the rest of the game. It's ridiculous. Can't miss calls like that. You can't knee me in the leg and knock me over.
What the
Whoa.
You like this guy, Vic, Eric Darty. And we heard the
love him.
Yeah, we heard the Alyssa Slotkin audio earlier. Holy crap, in a stunning admission, Alyssa Slotkin, Democrat from Michigan, announced that if the Save America Act becomes law, it would be hard for any Democrat in any state to win any election. President Trump was just proven correct. Democrats are aware of mass voter fraud at scale, and ending non-citizen voting will force them to lose elections. The time is running low. Mere weeks remain until it could not take effect for the 26 midterms. Ram this through. Stop the cheat.
What the?
This is from Natasha Carter, who I'm becoming a huge fan of. This is a quick one, Ken.
Yeah.
She says, why did X get rid of all my favorite GIFs? Do they hate fun?
What the?
This person's handle is my right to exist. My people, the idiot Jews in New York who live on the Upper West Side, who live in Park Slope. Vic, you might be familiar with that.
Yeah.
Who voted for Mamdani remind me of the 7,000 Jews who voted for Hitler. Dershowitz continued. That was actually a quote from Alan Dershowitz.
Wow.
What the?
How many? We good? Can we keep going?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. This is from Cora. Another quick one, Ken. Raise your hand if you're still proud to say President Donald J. Trump is leading our country.
Boy, what in the hell?
Raising my hand.
There you go.
Yeah,
I'll raise my hand, too.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. From Nancy Mace, we are being systematically invaded, and everyone is sitting around watching it happen. Not us. We refuse. We are being systematically invaded.
What the?
Cat turd. We haven't talked about cat turd in a while. He said, I've noticed former loudmouth Eric Swalwell sure is awfully quiet these days.
What the?
The hard truth. So we millions arresting these parasites for them to get a slap on the wrist. Our government is useless and needs to be replaced. That's a very hard, strong stance on something, but this is the way that people are speaking right now, Vic.
Yep.
The 2020 election, no arrest. COVID, no arrest. And it goes down the list here. Butler, Epstein, Benghazi, January 6th, Doge, Russia collusion, Ukraine, open borders, funding invasion. This is why we don't trust the Department of Justice, the FBI, or any government agencies. Incarcerate someone.
What the?
This is from American Values. It's got a picture of Robert De Niro wearing a shirt that says Veterans Against Trump. He's never been a veteran. And the quote is, has anyone done a wellness check on Robert De Niro?
What the?
Elite Light. Somehow an entire city council now consists of all people from Somalia in Buffalo, New York. They actually raised the Somali flag, Vic. Who then raised a foreign flag on U.S. soil and canceled 4th of July fireworks.
What the?
This is my last one.
You go for it. Let's make this the last one then.
It's Natasha Carter again. I'm telling you, I'm a huge, huge fan of her, just of her wit and her humor. It says, Democrats, meaning, Democrats, colon, so this is a quote from Democrats. This heat wave is caused by climate change. Everyone else, it's called summer.
What the?
What the?
What the?
What in
What
the-
the? What the? What? How?
Boy, what in the hell?
That's my favorite one, because that's from Fletch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, what in the hell is wrong with you? Is it okay, Ken, if I throw my little what-thas in there while you're doing that?
Absolutely.
Okay. As long as they're clean, right?
Yeah.
Or I can tell a dirty one if it's soft
I have
enough.
a button here.
I'll do it. I'll sneak it right by you. How's that?
Sure.
Yeah. So the 1,000 suit giveaway is happening Saturday. Heroes Care giving away 1,000 suits. Do you understand what an undertaking this is?
Yeah.
1,000 suits for active duty, retired guard, or reserve in the military, police, fire, or EMS. Just show up. Show your ID, and you'll get a suit. 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. this Saturday. Heroes Care store is located at Mission Depot in High Ridge, 4558 Gravois Village Center. And they brought a really cool banner in here yesterday. The veterans and everybody we talk about who got things from them all wrote little notes on it. Thank you so much.
Love it.
Yeah. So that's happening Saturday. All right, let's hear some audio clips that Ken slaves over a hot PC for him.
Right. That.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Watch us on our live stream using Rumble, Facebook, and Twitter. Vic and Ken. Vic brings the thunder. Ken steals the thunder. Ken, Thunder Stealer. The Vic Porcelli Show on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL. Tim Jones and Chris Arps in the afternoon.
It's been 1 year and 5 months since Dr. Aaron Hedlund left his regular spot on our show to work for the White House. We've got him for a special one-day-only appearance at 5:20.
Tim Jones and Chris Arps. Weekdays at 4 on News Talk STL.
When Donald Trump needs conservative votes to help pass his agenda for Missouri, Representative Trisha Burns never answers the call. Trisha Burns has missed 370 votes. Burns is bucking President Trump's priorities. Burns did not vote to stop DEI initiatives, prevent China from owning Missouri land, defund Planned Parenthood, and Burns did not vote to ban boys from girls' sports. Trisha Burns not showing up for Missouri and President Trump. Instead, Trisha Burns spends her time pulling pranks on the Suicide Prevention Hotline. Yes, you heard that right. Trisha Burns lied to the police and staged a fake suicide emergency. She sent a series of messages to the hotline and said she, quote, had a gun to her head, end quote. When she got caught, she said there'd be no consequences because she's a politician. By August 4th, vote to show Trisha Burns that there are consequences to being bad at your job. Cut the Bullpack paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidate committee.
Hunters, now is the time to get ready. Mike Ferguson here for my friends at Whistle Pig Outdoors. Listen, don't wait until the season opener to dial that bow in. Whistle Pig offers paper tuning, bow adjustments, string replacement, and custom arrows. Plus, Hoyt and Bear archery bows, crossbows from 10 Point and Raven, and accessories from all of the top brands. Archery season opens in September, but now is the time to practice and get ready. Whistle Pig Outdoors in Troy, Missouri. Visit whistlepigoutdoors.com.
Life's legal challenges deserve experienced representation. For over 15 years, Cole Combs Attorney at Law has been serving St. Charles and surrounding counties with comprehensive legal expertise. From tax preparation and estate planning to family law and criminal defense, Cole delivers personalized solutions for your unique situation. You have traffic tickets, need a business formation, real estate matters, one call will handle it all. Cole O. Combs Attorney at Law. Call 636-949-0010 extension 3 today or visit colecombs-law.com.
Free speech is alive and well in America right here.
It's about time somebody stood up for true American values.
What this country needs is some backbone.
Finally, a president who wants to make real change.
101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL. This hour, the Vic Porcelli Show, brought to you by Connor Roofing. You can count on Connor for all your roofing needs. Visit ConnorRoofing.com. That's CONNER Roofing.com. Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. The Vic Porcelli Show.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
On News Talk STL.
So, if you're doing something patriotic, something audio patriotic for the country, don't use this song.
Yeah,
right?
no.
I mean,
yes.
bump in with it because it's a cool song.
Yeah, it's a cool song.
It
yeah.
rocks, right? But if you're trying to make a point about the country, don't play Fortunate Son.
No.
Don't play American Woman
by
the Guess Who. That's a slam on American Woman.
And I would argue,
Women.
don't play Born in the USA.
Was my next one. But you
Okay.
had to go and thunder steal it away from me because that. Ken Williams.
Ken, Thunder Stealer.
All right, let's go. Ken slaves over a hot computer every night to get us some great audio. Ken, I want to start at number one because this is pretty alarming. Okay, this is an ex-CIA officer. Her name is Sarah Adams. Listen, now this is the CIA.
Yeah.
This is somebody who snoops, spies, gathers intelligence for the country.
And knows what she's talking about.
And knows what she's talking about. Listen to this.
So the way I look at it is we're talking about Islamists. There's two pieces of it, right? There's the Islamists with the gun, and then the political Islamists, and they're both a threat. So the Islamists with a gun, a bunch of them came over the border in the last 4 years. So according to the National Counterterrorism Center, 18,000 known Islamist terrorists are here legally.
Wow.
So that's just the ones illegally. Why are you coming to the United States if you're a member of ISIS? You're not coming here to raise a family. You're coming here to harm the United States. On the other side, when we talk about the Muslim Brotherhood, they are working in local communities, not just in Europe, but in here, working at like the Chamber of Commerce level, working in business associations.
So everything Ken Williams has been telling you for 5 years is coming true, okay?
Did you notice at the end she talked about the lower level leadership positions in cities and towns?
Mm-hmm.
That's where they're starting.
Right.
And now they're working their way up. And we may even play it now coming up here, but there are people saying, now we are in leadership roles in national politics.
Ken, let me ask you this. What do you think about women being CIA officers?
Oh, I think it's awesome.
I think it's great.
Yeah, I mean, you and I, we don't talk about it, I guess, because we don't talk about race or anything like that much either, but because we don't think about it. It's people are people. People are equal on their merit. That's what they are, period.
I'm only thinking of it strategically.
Oh, strategically, I think it's possibly even better.
Right. So, Sarah Adams, CIA officer, I got a chance to speak with Valerie Plame. Do you remember her?
Yeah, I do.
She was in the CIA, and then she had to quit when her identity was leaked to the press by a member of the Bush administration. Do you remember her?
I think I do. Yeah, I do remember her name now.
I got to have a conversation with her, 15 years ago or whatever. That's what she looks like right there.
Oh, okay.
So we had a great conversation, and then, of course, it's me, and I got to screw everything up all the time. And I said, so do you think it was an advantage to you being a CIA officer because you're hot? And she laughed at it, so she didn't get offended by it. And I didn't mean it to offend it. I meant that she's a good-looking woman,
right?
Who the enemy would trust.
No, hey, it's used all the time.
Yeah. So I said, "What am I in trouble now? You looking at me?" She goes, "How do you know I haven't been all along?" I'm like, "Oh my God, Valerie Flame's on my ass."
Great. That's a great comeback.
She was great. She was fun. But the point is, I think a female CIA officer or whatever you call them are a great tool, a great strategy tool.
Yeah.
Because some person will fall for the what do they call it? Honeypot trap?
Okay. Here's the realism of what's happening now in social media for me, actually. When I get these followers that want me to accept they're following me, right?
Yeah.
And I look at them, and they're women, and they're scantily dressed, some of them, but some of them aren't, and I have to go in and find out, who is this person? 9 times out of 10, if they're beautiful, then they're from Nigeria or South Asia, Turkey, even Germany, but they're not. And it's an odd thing because they'll have like 47,000 posts and like 100 people following them.
Yeah.
I never accept that stuff.
Right.
But I always check it out. But that's what they use, Vic. They use that visual enticement to get you to go, okay, I'm going to let her follow me.
Yep. All right, let's move on. Number 2, Tom Homan. Tom Homan just existing is an enigma because he worked for the Obama administration, helped to deport hundreds of thousands of people. Barack Obama gave him a Medal of Freedom, right? Put it around his neck. Tom Homan's our hero. Now, just because he works for Trump, same guy, same DNA, now he's a dick somehow.
Somehow, yeah.
All right, let's hear him talking about what's the problem? Who do we blame for all the illegal immigration?
This all comes back to the Dems who are telling people don't comply with ICE. ICE is not a real law enforcement agency. Here's how you evade ICE. Now, you and I talked about AOC a year ago. She says, well, I'm advising my constituents of their constitutional rights. Don't open your door. Don't comply. You see signs at these protests, resist. And this is the problem. You need to comply with law enforcement. So here's my concern. I think Mark Wayne might have been one of the reasons he wanted to look at temporary pause. I'm scared to death because assault vehicles are sky high. There's been a lot of shootings. I'm scared to death that one of these days, our ICE officers aren't going to be quick enough. The bad guys are going to be quicker. And I'm going to hand another folded flag to a spouse or a child. So, President Trump's clear this policy is not going away. But it all goes back to the Dems who want to continually attack ICE and tell people to evade them, tell people don't comply, tell people to resist, and tell people ICE isn't a real law enforcement agency. I said if the hateful rhetoric didn't stop, there will be bloodshed. And I'm saying it right now. There's still going to be more bloodshed unless they shut their mouth and let ICE enforce the laws that they enacted.
If you drive your car at an ICE officer, he's going to shoot you.
Yes.
If you drive a car at me, I'm going to shoot you.
Exactly right.
It doesn't matter if you're an ICE officer or just a regular citizen legally carrying a firearm.
When are they going to get in their head that a car is a 2,000+ pound weapon?
No, they won't.
And it is, Vic.
Yeah. All right, Ken, for our next one, I know that the Wayback Machine has been in the shop. Have we gotten that back from the shop
Yeah, we
yet?
actually did. It's all cleaned up.
All the WD-40 in there and everything?
Yeah.
Gears are working good.
Looks good.
All right, set the time to 2021, please.
Okay.
Let's go.
A little dizzy. I'm not used to it.
No, Soft landing, though. It was a soft
it was
landing.
pretty good.
Kamala Harris.
Oh, my God.
Is this your opinionating the genius speaks? Did you say?
Yes, I
Okay,
did.
good.
Sorry, I
So
had
Ken
to.
said, the genius speaks. In Paris, France, as vice president, it was part of her response to reporters' question about inflation and the Build Back Better agenda.
In front of the whole world.
Right.
What else are you going to do to fix this problem with inflation?
All right, thank you. Well, let's start with this. Prices have gone up. And families and individuals are dealing with the realities of that bread costs more, that gas costs more. And we have to understand what that means. That's about the cost of living going up. That's about having to stress and stretch limited resources. That's about a source of stress for families that is not only economic, but is on a daily level, something that is a heavy weight to carry. So it is something that we take very seriously, very seriously. And we know from the history of this issue in the United States that when you see these prices go up, it has a direct impact on the quality of life for all people in our country. So it's a big issue, and we take it seriously. And it is a priority, therefore.
So that's what she's going to do about it.
So did she mishear the question? Did she think the question was, Madam Vice President, what is inflation?
Can you explain inflation?
What's inflation?
Like a child?
Right. Not what you're going to do about it, but which is what she asked. The reporter asked, what are you going to do about inflation? Well, I'm going to define it. How's that?
Yeah, and that's all we're going to do, though.
We're not going to fix it.
But actually, I'm not even going to define it. I'm just going to tell you about it and try and logically mention to you that it does hurt people. Like, for example, Vic, if I have to pay more money for food and gas, I don't like it.
Right.
I do not like it.
Right. All right. We're in 2021. Ken, bring us back to the future.
Little glitch there. Now we're back.
Well, you got to call the mechanic and ask him what's that all about.
Yeah.
Ask him about ball joints, too.
Okay.
Little problem I have.
Ball joints?
Yeah.
Mm.
What's that mean?
I don't know. It sounds bad to me, though.
Damn it. All right, number 4. Ro Khanna was in Israel, and he made up this ridiculous story that IDF soldiers and settlers kidnapped him, held him, and he went to the West Bank without talking to anybody about it.
Even more offensive than Netanyahu's responses and knowing that I was detained, an American congressman, was the Israeli ambassador's responses on Face the Nation. He says, how dare Ro Khanna go on a trip to the West Bank, Palestinian-led. He informed us he was going, but he didn't take up our offer to meet and coordinate with the Israeli government, as if that justifies being detained.
It does.
I did that on purpose. I've been to Israel multiple times. I wanted to see the West Bank from the lens of the Palestinians.
Can you do it again? I don't know where it is, but so just start from the beginning.
Even more offensive than Netanyahu's responses and knowing that I was detained, an American congressman, was the Israeli ambassador's responses on Face the Nation. He says, how dare Ro Khanna go on a trip to the West Bank, Palestinian-led. He informed us he was going, but he didn't take up our offer to meet and coordinate with the Israeli government.
Stop. He didn't take us up on our offer to coordinate with the Israeli government. Well, if you were going to Israel as a representative, U.S. representative, congressman of the United States, wouldn't it be the first thing you would do?
Yes, but he was saying he was part of the Palestinian initiative, our people that were going there. He said as a Palestinian group he went, which is even worse and even more dangerous.
So, Ken, what makes him think it's okay to just get on the plane and go to Israel and start snooping around, nosing around? What makes him think that's okay? And not taking the offer of the United States to provide his safety. And then bitch about it because you thought that you were going to die or get hurt.
Because it seems to me, this is just my interpretation of Ro Khanna, he's very dismissive of the country of Israel. He doesn't think that Israel matters, so therefore, why should I waste my time to let them know.
So it's no shock that was his response because he's on the Palestinian side.
Exactly right.
Okay.
Exactly right.
Jackass. Can we fit another one in here?
Yeah, let's do.
This is a man speaking in defense of working in a trade. You know what? College is not for everyone.
Right.
It's just not.
I have 2 daughters who went, and they benefited from it. However, I've always been this way. Try a trade. If you can, try a trade.
You'll learn a trade, probably a good paying union job.
Right.
And you will spend a lot less money to get that education and not have a debt up to the ceiling to have to pay back, and you're already making more than the person who had a 4-year degree.
I look back now, and my dad at one point said, hey, would you like to, I'm teaching over at South County Tech some welding at night. You want to come in there? You do it for free and everything. I'm like, I'm doing this. I'm working on some stuff for school, Dad. Okay, I want to throw that out there. I wish to God that I would have done that back then.
Yeah.
And gone to school too, but I would love to be able to weld from my father right now.
You know, I was in college, Fairleigh Dickinson University, Teaneck, New Jersey, and, you know, paying money to go to school, working on the college radio station, and then I got a job in radio before I graduated. So I'm like, well, why would I pay this money when I already got the job I'm looking for? And I still am the only person in the Porcelli and media family who does not have a college degree.
No.
So, all right, let's talk about a guy talking about trades.
People act like the trades are where you end up when you're just not smart enough for college. Meanwhile, some dude with a communications degree is emailing PDFs around for, $42,000 a year while the HVAC tech is diagnosing a low voltage short, reading wiring diagrams, calculating superheat, and making $120,000 a year. You think dumb people are rebuilding compressors at 2 a.m.? No, I don't think so. You think idiots are wiring 480 volts? You think morons are brazing, troubleshooting, reading blueprints, and fixing systems that entire buildings depend on? The trades aren't easy. And that's why people can't do them. A lot of people talking down on the trades would fold after 1 week in the field.
Sounds a lot like, what's his name? Mike Rowe.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just think that everybody should get as much education, whether it's in trade or not, as they can.
My thing is, college isn't as important as making money. If you're making money, that's why you go to college to begin with. So if you find a way to make money legally, do that.
If you're a good welder today and you know the technology of today, you're making 6 figures, period.
And think about the power you have, right? I didn't tell the story much. I should have, I guess. A month ago or so, I looked at the thermostat, 76 degrees. And I said to Jessica, I said, this isn't good. She was like, oh, no. So the blower motor went out on our air conditioning. Remember Brian Agers?
Yeah.
Our buddy Brian Agers?
Yeah.
I called him, and he goes, you know what? I'll send my son over there. And I was like, oh, okay. His son, Asher Agers, what a great name that is.
Yeah, yeah.
He came, he saw the problem, blower motor, he ordered it, he put it in, and he had the power to do it.
Yes.
And make the money.
Yeah.
So, all right, the guy who's doing this show on Monday, he better not be good Monday. I'm telling you right now.
I'm afraid to tell you, might be.
Hey! Nate Lucas is next.
Whoosh. This is Kurt Barr, Director of Elections for St. Charles County, reminding you that your vote counts. One of the easiest ways to have a smooth election day is to find your polling place before you go. St. Charles County offers a polling place search at sccmo.org/elections. Your polling place location is also printed on the sample ballot mailed to voters. A 2-minute check before Election Day can save you a wrong turn and a missed vote. For official election information, visit sccmo.org/elections.
It's a brand new show on News Talk STL. JC's Sunday Showgram.
Next Monday is the anniversary of the moon landing in 1969. I have some great stories. Plus, one of the strangest and most devastating weather events took place this week in 2006. How many days was your power out? Plus, Roger Daltrey of The Who talks about his St. Louis area connection. All brought to you by the Weber Automotive Group.
Sunday morning, 7 to 9. Then podcast each Monday on NewstalkSTL.com.
You work hard, follow the rules, and get absolutely slammed by taxes. Your paycheck taxed, your property taxed. Everything you buy taxed. Missouri's tax system isn't broken, it's rigged against you. The lawyers and lobbyists working for big corporations and the super rich buried over 200 loopholes for themselves in our tax code. While they pay nothing on the services they use, working families are taxed over and over. It's no wonder they're lying about Amendment 5. Our corrupt tax system is rigged in their favor. They're getting a free ride on your back. Don't believe their lies. The truth is, Amendment 5 closes loopholes exploited by the super rich and slashes taxes paid by Missouri's working families, phasing out income taxes and cutting property taxes. They finally pay what they owe while you keep what you earn. Vote yes on Amendment 5. Paid for by Missouri Promise PAC.
KLGY HD3 Clayton, K270BW Bellefontaine, KNBS Bowling Green. This is News Talk STL at 1019, 94.1, and always streaming at NewstalkSTL.com.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. Amit Thomason. Tightening the screws on Iran, the U.S. stepping up airstrikes on the Islamic Republic as control of the Strait of Hormuz remains key to the dispute between Washington and Tehran. The American military struck multiple sites.
Hitting targets farther north, as well as areas around the capital, Tehran, and firing into a ship accused of trying to break the U.S. naval blockade. Iran again retaliating with missile and drone fire targeting Bahrain and Kuwait. Tehran says U.S. strikes have killed more than 35 people in recent days and wounded more than 300.
I had to take tough action because they did not obey what they're supposed to obey. I mean, they just didn't do it.
But at the U.S. Army War College in Pennsylvania Wednesday, President Trump insisted Iran is looking to strike a deal. That interim deal to end the war appears to have been shredded. I'm Ben Thomas.
President Trump will address the nation this evening, a prime-time speech from the White House, expected to focus at least in part on election integrity.
It's really big news. It's really, really big news. And our country has to shape up. But that's what we're going to be talking about Thursday is it doesn't get bigger. Because without free and fair elections, you don't have a country. We'll be discussing other things too, but it's going to be a very big announcement.
There have been dozens of high water rescues across parts of waterlogged south central Texas, the region flooded by days of torrential rains, and it's not over yet. Across the northern U.S., it's heat, all that humidity, and smoke across a vast area. Close to 200 wildfires burning in Canada, filling the air on this side of the border with a smoky haze. On Wall Street this hour, stocks are mixed. The Dow is up 137 points, while the Nasdaq down 164. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Spring is here, and if you're staring at a home improvement project, wondering how you're going to pay for it, or looking at a big credit card bill piling up, I want you to know about my friends Mike and Brian and the team at Fellowship Home Loans. For over 20 years, Mike and Brian have been helping families like yours tap into something they already have, equity in their own home, a HELOC, a cash-out refi, a debt consolidation loan to wipe out those high-interest credit cards. Whatever fits your situation, Fellowship Home Loans will build it around you. Everything's done in-house, one roof, one team, all with a servant-led mentality. From your very first phone call to closing, you're going to get people who know your name and treat you like family. I know. I'm a customer. Right now, they're offering a free mortgage checkup, no pressure, just a real look at your options. Go to fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G, fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G, or call 800-510-MIKE, 800-510-6453. Fellowship Home Loans, mortgage lending by the book.
Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 819382.
This hour of News Talk STL, brought to you by Window World of St. Louis. For replacement windows, doors, and siding, call 800-GET-WINDOWS. That's 800-GET-WINDOWS. From the News Talk STL Weather Center.
I'm meteorologist Chance Scotch with your first alert forecast. Temperatures going to climb towards that 90-degree mark. It feels like temperature close to about 98 degrees this afternoon. Some scattered showers and storms after the noon hour. That'll continue to follow towards the first half of the overnight hours. Some moderate downpours going to be expected. Friday, very similar conditions. Coverage decreased just a tad bit and will continue to rise as we head towards the upcoming weekend with the feels like temperature close to 101 into Saturday and 97 degrees into Sunday. From the First Alert 4 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chance Scotch.
Vic Porcelli.
Come on, you're Italian. You understand.
Every day is a busy day all of a sudden.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
Tough
and smart, and I love Italian, so, he's definitely Italian.
At least I have this show to come and talk about it and let some stuff up.
What kind of a show are you guys putting on here today?
The Vic Porcelli Show.
All right, it's 1 hour in the books. A couple more to come up. Porcelli's Deli at 10:25. It's going to be about David Bowie. I'm a big David Bowie fan.
Really?
Big David Bowie.
Huh.
Why do you say it like that?
Never. I couldn't even imagine that.
Why?
I'm just being a little facetious.
Got
here.
it. Okay, I thought you were being serious. And a certain album of his, that's my favorite. And a little story about me, because it's all about me. Vic, it's all about Vic.
Yeah.
Nick Schroer is going to elaborate on that list of other laws that he was working on just at the end of our conversation yesterday.
Right.
I mean, Tuesday, so we'll have him fill us in on that. All right, now let's go to Nate.
Let's talk to Nate Lucas. The communications director for U.S. Representative Eric Burlison.
How much has changed in this free country since 9/11? Now, I'm getting ready to go get touched by a TSA agent. It's the most action I've gotten in years.
Good morning, Nate Lucas. How are you, my friend?
Vic Porcelli and Ken Williams, I just adore you both.
Hey,
How we doing?
Nate. Don't be buttering me up because you're going to be better than me on Monday, okay? Cut the crap.
It's the old Wally Pitts, Vic. Come on.
I'm Wally Pip now?
I just want everybody to think about it. You never know.
That's like saying you're Fredo. If it were a Godfather thing, it'd be Fredo. But it's a baseball thing, so I'm Wally Pip. Wally Pip is the first baseman for the Yankees that Lou Gehrig replaced, and then went on that long string, and Wally Pip never played again.
Oh, wow.
I can handle things. I'm smart.
I'm smart.
Not like everybody says.
Like dumb.
Like dumb. I'm smart, and I want respect.
You got it?
I got it.
Okay.
Really, you have nothing to worry about. My office has a lot to worry about because they're like, just please, God, don't do anything dumb.
Dude, so you told them you're filling in for me Monday. Do they know who I am, or that just that you're going to be on the radio for 3 hours?
They're just like, oh, God, I have a decent track record of screwing things up, so I just
that'll be
them.
fun.
It's my charming ability to be like, oh, yeah, I won't do it for the 100th time. Trust me.
I look forward to it, Nate.
It's always an interesting journey. We can guarantee that.
Well, you're always welcome here. Just can't be better than me. That's all. That's the only thing I ask. Don't be better than me. All right. So, Nate, nobody's talking about this, and I don't understand why. There's a story on Fox News Digital about a guy who's running for U.S. representative in the state of Florida, and he says Trump is the Antichrist and he must be killed.
Who is he?
It'd be good if I had that information right at the tip of my. I said it before. Hold on. His name is William Upham, Upham, a Republican write-in candidate for Florida's 5th congressional district, who describes himself on X as a prosecutor running to fix a broken political system. And he opened up his nearly seven-minute video by saying he entered the race to restore bipartisanship, return power to the working class, and fix our political system. And then he said that Trump is the Antichrist and he must be killed. Is that legal to say? And he's a Republican.
I guess I just wish that these people could expound on their rhetoric, because I'm all for, if you want to utter such a statement, defend it, or give me some, put some proof in the pudding. Give me some substance, anything. And what I find is that most politicians are all hat and no cattle. And so they are willing to express a statement like that and then back it up with literally nothing of substance. And so it kind of falls on deaf ears. And I guess the larger point is that it's kind of pathetic that we've reached this stage in America where you can say something so with such disgust, just a terrible statement, and yet we're immune to it. And how did we as a society move to this new place where you can utter that that the president of the United States should be killed, and you have there's like everyone just kind of, nobody bats an eye. Like, it's just, oh yeah, that's just somebody with Trump derangement syndrome. I mean, at some point, I don't think that's a very sustainable path, and it's kind of sad for a country that considers itself to be the best amongst all nations.
Well, Nate, not only is it inflammatory, but the guy is saying something that's, in my opinion, is a bridge too far. He needs to be investigated and arrested. I mean, come on. And you know what's better? He should be arrested because he's a quote unquote Republican, and then when he's arrested and incarcerated, then we can look at the left and say, okay, see, this is what happens now when you say something like that about a president of any side, Democrat, Republican, Democrat, Socialist, Communist, whatever it is we're going to have. If it's a president, you shouldn't be saying this about him.
Well, sure. I mean, I'm not going to go as far as to say he should be arrested because he has freedom of speech, and but I think when you utter such a statement, you should be investigated. And I think, considering the fact that the president has had several assassination attempts against him, you know, I'd like to see arrests made, you know, going back a few. So one of the driving things that really I'm just not on par with is the Department of Justice not holding anyone accountable. And I think that's allowed for some of this to kind of continue. And there's been no one has been made an example of. And I just don't understand what the Department of Justice is waiting on. I feel like there are plenty of crumbs and legal trials that should have taken place by now. And yet here we are in July of 2026, and I think most Republicans would sit there and be like, what have Republicans done about holding the deep state or any of these bad actors accountable? No, I can't think of one. I don't know if anyone's been arrested from the Biden or Obama administrations for the treason that they've committed against this country. I mean, wouldn't you like to just see one? Can we get one?
Just one, yeah. But I thought people have been arrested for saying something that they're going to threaten to kill the president. I thought they've been arrested for that before.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I truly don't know. What I think is that if you make a statement like that, you open yourself up to surveillance. And certainly, you know, I think the FBI should look into whether or not that this is just, you know, rhetoric that they're posting, or if it's something that they have intent. And if you have intent, then there are legal consequences for that. If you're just posting something dumb on Facebook, I mean, you know, if we arrested everybody for stupid things they post on social media, to me that's anti-American. But if there is intent behind it and you can find something where there's actually a crime committed, then yeah, you should be held responsible. And I think there are so many people, when you just talk to, let's just say, Bill and Branson, right? When you talk to Bill and Branson, he's like, no one has been arrested. What I voted for you all to go after these demons, and yet we're not doing it. So, and there's nothing that the House of Representatives can do. This is why you need a strong Department of Justice. We've certainly seen it on the other side where Merrick Garland feels the need to go after President Trump. And here we have President Trump and his Department of Justice, and we're not doing anything. So I'm pissed about that.
Yeah. And sorry, Vic, I just got to add
ahead.
this.
You're
According to Gemini, it says, yes, American citizens are routinely arrested for threatening the life of a president. It is a federal felony under a certain section, whatever, Title 18. But the point is here is, yeah, he's skating on a real, because he didn't say, I want to kill the president. However, he's saying the president must be killed. I mean, that's really, really close, Nate.
Yeah, it's these veiled threats, right? So they say things probably under legal protection, but everyone sort of understands what they're insinuating. And it's grotesque to me. I mean, I would have never called for, I don't want anyone to die. Like, truly, I wouldn't, because you disagree with them politically, you think they need to die? Like, to me, that's a weak argument. It reminds me of when my dad used to, like, chastise me for when I would use curse words, and he's like, that's because you don't have a better vocabulary. You have to use curse words. And it makes you think. It's like, oh, shoot, he's kind of got me on that angle.
Right.
And it's like, if your only angle is to say the president should die or we need to kill this person, it's like, no, you need to go out there and have a debate, and you need to win the argument because you're substantively, better. Your argument is better than his. So, and that's the system that we have. At least we think we have. And so if your argument is better than the one that we currently have, you should make that case, and you should go try to win on that theory.
Your father's advice there was great. It's kind of like when he told you not to run with the scissors, right? This big mother will go right through me. That's a good rule. We're talking to Nate.
Something about scissors?
Yeah.
Scissors are anti-left-handed people. I just want to make everyone
They really
aware.
are,
I'm
Nate.
a minority. Yeah.
I agree with you. I'm left-handed.
Ken's a lefty. Left wing. He's
All
a left
scissors are built for right-handers.
Handed, Vic. Handed.
Sorry. We're talking to Nate Lucas, who is the communications director for U.S. Representative Eric Burlison. And the congressman made a comment yesterday or 2 days ago. He said in 2000, the average family paid about $6,000 a year for health insurance. Today, it's nearly $27,000. That's not inflation. That's Obamacare. And he is dead on balls accurate.
Yep.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, this is a topic that we have worked on tirelessly. I'm not kidding you, for the better half of the entire year. And it's healthcare, and I think it's an issue that's not going away. And while inflation has risen across the board, and people are paying a lot in terms of their extra money, they don't have any extra money, and you're literally one medical emergency away from being like broke. Healthcare is a major issue, because what Obamacare did was give a lot of people access to coverage. And people assumed that with good coverage, you get good care. But that's not correct. You can have all the coverage in the world, and you still walk into a hospital, and you have no idea what bills you're going to get in the mail in the next months. And that's a problem. So my boss, Eric Burlison, has sponsored the Great American Healthcare Plan. And essentially what it does is it decouples you from what your employer can provide. So you would get money, because right now the federal government is sending money to these insurance companies. They're subsidizing your health insurance plan. And instead, it's like, no, give that money to the people. Let you open a health savings account. You pay for your health care premium. You can pay for a gym membership. You can pay for healthy groceries, like all of these things. And guess what? In that health savings account, that's all tax-free money. So it's a way to skirt taxes, and also a way to stop subsidizing the insurance companies and give you the power to choose what you want, what insurance you want. And that is a vastly different concept than what government is kind of attached to right now. Because through Obamacare, they're giving money to the insurance companies. They're giving you terrible care. You're getting crushed by medical bills. And quite frankly, it's not working. And Obamacare was all built on a lie, and now we're living out that lie. And yet Republicans are too afraid to touch it because they don't like political battles in which could threaten their majority. But how many times do I have to tell you both? Republicans are total felines when it comes to putting good policy over bad politics.
It's true.
And so that's why we get stuck in the middle. I mean, you guys have used the phrase how many times of Republicans need to play offense. They are immune to offense. They don't know how to play offense. And that's why we're stuck 2 years into a president who wants to see good things. He has told them, this is your time. This is your moment.
Yeah.
Give the money to the people. We want health reform. And yet they're like, oh, but I might lose my seat because of an attack ad. Like, you total pansy. Get out there and do something good for the country.
That's right. And I just want to say, I don't want to dig into this too far right now, but I've thought about something lately, that it doesn't matter how much health care costs if health care sucks, because there are plenty of mistakes.
Right.
We even talked to Dr. Tobler about this, who agreed there are plenty of mistakes that have been made in the medical community.
Yeah, and Nate, is this not true that when Obamacare came in, It was almost like saying, well, the government's going to pay for it now. So, hey, hospitals, doctors, charge whatever you want.
Right, but I want to get back to what I'm talking about.
I'm sorry, Vic, yeah.
The actual care itself has to be excellent, not
Totally agree.
Well, and one of the things that's an issue is that we have a physician shortage. And that is because these woke universities that, give degrees out for medical students, they have quotas. And so we need to check boxes. We have to have this many these kind of people, this many this kind of people. And so we're not, like, meritocracy is dead when it comes to actually certifying potential physicians. And so it's like it's just so corrupt. And I mean, I truly think it's that these universities just lowered their standards. I say lower their standards, reduce their barriers to allowing anyone who wants to go seek a physician occupation and permit them to learn at their university and study and become a great physician. It should be built on meritocracy. Like, do you care if you're going in for knee surgery and it's an Indian or a black or a white? Like, no. You want them to just be able to do the task. Like, you want to walk out of there and be able to know that your knee's better.
Right.
But unfortunately, because our university has such woke doctrines built into their system, it's like you're going to get somebody who they have to permit because they need to check boxes. And so there's really no guarantee that your knee's going to be fixed, but it was an Indian. So congratulations.
You know, I can't believe that even medical care has fallen to the DEI.
It has.
Dominoes.
Yeah.
Now, because when we talk about truck drivers, terrible, right? People are being killed by truck drivers that can't read the signs. But what about doctors that are cutting you open? And let me say something about that part of the world. When I had my thing, I had a pheochromocytoma had to be taken out. Nobody could figure it out because only 1 in 500,000 people get it. And, of course, I got it. I can't draw to a straight flush, but I got this. And this Pakistani doctor, hospitalist at St. Luke's, said, headaches, sweating, high blood pressure. Let's scan his abdomen. And I'll be damned, they found this volleyball-sized tumor inside me. Did I care that he was from Pakistan?
No.
He saved my life, for God's sakes. Ugh.
I would argue, here's a good challenge for you. You guys should just put a post out and say, if you are an individual who has been denied the opportunity to get a medical degree or go to medical school because of your race, we want to talk to you. And I'm telling you, there are countless individuals out there. And yet we know that in the next 5 years, we're looking at a physician shortage of 100,000 individuals. So it's a true issue. And the barriers that woke universities have put into place are actually denying opportunity for people who want to make our health system better. And that is just fundamentally wrong.
Well,
I'm sorry. It's screwed up.
It is. And like you said, we need doctors. I'll tell you, if I go to try and get an appointment with my doctor, it has to be at least 6 months in advance.
Yes.
Otherwise, there's a practitioner that I'm going to be getting.
Yes.
And it's because he's so overwhelmed.
Well, and here's another thing. The practitioner should be able to practice across state lines. It's ridiculous. I mean, if you have somebody in Kansas who has availability, but because they're not licensed to provide, care in Missouri, we need to loosen these standards a little bit. And I think we need to expand telehealth. With the advancement of technology, there are certainly ways that we could make life easier. You don't need to necessarily go into the emergency room because you have a cold. We have to get that fixed, and I think some of the things that Trump has done with Trump RX and taking some of these medications in various classes that they're under, making those more readily available should you come down with a sickness. You don't necessarily need a prescription, I think, if you have a virus and you need amoxicillin. Why do I need to go to the doctor's office to get amoxicillin? We're grown adults. I think we can figure that out by now.
Right.
Unfortunately, we have too many people, I guess, in Jeffco that are cooking meth with certain things. So we have to be tracked by the government to get our Robitussin.
So there's a campaign right now that has situations. If you get stung by a bee, go to the urgent care. If you step on a beehive, go to the emergency room. Don't go to the emergency room because you got one bee sting.
Yeah.
Unless you're allergic.
Unless your tongue's swelling and you can't breathe.
Last thing about scissors. Did your mom have good scissors? Where's the good scissors?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like, don't use the good scissors on that. It'll dull them out. You know, it's like you're not allowed to use the good scissors.
No.
So funny. All right, Nate, have fun here Monday. I appreciate you filling in, man.
Hey, thank you both. It's truly an honor. I appreciate you, Vic. You're a radio legend, and Ken, you're a superstar.
Hey, thanks a lot, Nate, and I'll send you stuff, and we'll be talking soon.
All right, enough.
All right,
you
guys.
dating now? What's going on here?
See you, brother.
Watch us on our live stream using Rumble, Facebook, and Twitter. The Vic Porcelli Show.
Over here, dear.
On NewstalkSTL.
Dozens of out-of-state law firms are crashing into St. Louis trying to get your business. My advice, rely on a hometown firm. Under Law has been here for years. There are lawyers raising their families right alongside yours. And when you're injured by someone's careless actions, you are entitled to full compensation. You want lawyers who will not bend to big insurance, but will stand defiantly protecting you. Under Law, O-N-D-E-R, underlaw.com. Under wins.
To everyone who serves and sacrifices, this one's for you. Heroes Care is giving away 1,000 suits to our heroes. Active duty, retired, guard, or reserve, military, police, fire, or EMS, just show up with your ID and a suit is yours. That's Saturday, July 18th, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Heroes Care store in Gravois Village Center, Jefferson County. For those who sacrifice every day, we simply want to say thank you. Details at heroescare.org. Heroes Care, honoring those who serve.
NewstalkSTL is celebrating our 5th birthday. And we're giving away a limited edition NewstalkSTL America 250 t-shirts. It's exclusive, it's collectible, and it could be yours. Just head to NewstalkSTL.com to register.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, News Talk.
Been listening since day one.
Happy birthday to my talk station.
5 years, happy birthday.
News Talk STL.
NewstalkSTL. Happy birthday to us, and good luck to you. NewstalkSTL. NewstalkSTL. Welcome to Porcelli's Deli.
Yes, very good. I'll have a Bloody Mary and a steak sandwich and a steak sandwich, please.
I'm going to go over here.
Ketchup. Where's the ketchup at? I bet the Chinese food here is terrible.
With Vic Porcelli.
He's a very strange young man.
He's an idiot.
Porcelli's Deli is moved to 1019 and 94.1 News Talk STL. Come on in. We're open. Have a seat. Vic will tell you a story.
All right. Really excited about today's Porcelli's Deli because it's about one of my favorite artists named David Bowie. Ken, do you know that David Bowie's real name is David Jones?
Yes, I did know that, actually.
And back in the mid-'60s, Davy Jones was in the Monkees, already a big star, so he didn't want to get confused with that, so he named himself David Bowie.
Now think about that for a second. David Bowie changed his name for a TV celebrity.
Well, he wasn't who he was back then. You know, he struggled
Right.
like everybody else.
Yeah.
In this band, that band, blues bands, of course. They all were in blues bands back in Britain back then. So, David Bowie, in my school, my high school, was huge. Huge.
Huge.
First of all, back then, I graduated high school in 1976, the bicentennial year, and everybody had an 8-track player. Did you have an 8-track player in your car, Ken?
Oh, not in my car, no. But my parents had one.
Everybody had to have an 8-track player in their car. And the two albums that were absolutely a must was The Who and David Live. What's the name of The Who album with Won't Get Fooled Again and all that? Anyway, so and you know, the album David Live was David Bowie, of course, but it was the songs that he had done in the past, done with a more slicker, almost jazzier kind of style. So and David Bowie created characters that he played out, And when I say he played characters, these were real characters to him, okay? So the first character was Ziggy Stardust, right? Can we hear a little bit of that, Ken? A little bit of Ziggy Stardust?
Ziggy played guitar, jamming good with Weird and Gilly and the Spiders from Mars.
So The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars was the name of the album that was on. And you can hear his voice, the guitars are hard and strong. And then he transformed into another character, which we'll get to in a second. I want to stop here to say that I've promised you this for a long time. Whenever you play George Benson's on Broadway, I always say to you, David Bowie sings a line from that in one of his songs on David Live. Well, I got it for you. It's at the end of the song Aladdin Sane, and here it is. Here it comes.
Yeah.
God. On my way. So that's, I've been promising you that for a long time.
Thanks, man.
So there it is. So then David Bowie, he had to kill his character. So he murdered Ziggy Stardust. And from Ziggy Stardust, the character became the Thin White Duke, right? And I think David Bowie's David Live album was the start of the Thin White Duke. I don't know if you've ever seen the album cover of Thin White Duke. I'm sorry, of David Live. He's got a blue suit on, and he's real skinny, and he looks real cool and handsome and stuff. Not like he looked when he was Ziggy Stardust. On Diamond Dogs, he was half man, half dog.
Yeah. I mean, total transformation.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, in 1976, David Bowie played Madison Square Garden, and I swear to God, half of my high school was there. Everybody I know was there. We all met at close to the edge, which was just underneath the Garden State Parkway trestle, because Broad Street went up and over, and we were underneath there, and that's where we got all lit up.
A little bit, yeah.
The 33 bus took you from that spot to Port Authority, a few blocks from Madison Square Garden. We all walked over and saw David Bowie at Madison Square Garden, my first concert, And
what a great place to grow up regarding music at that time.
Privileged. We were privileged.
Big time.
We lived 20 minutes from Madison Square
From
Garden.
everything.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So, then the Thin White Duke continued and really shined on the album Young Americans by David Bowie. An album, by the way, his backup singers, one of them was Luther Vandross, before Luther Vandross was anybody. And David's trying to tell him how he wants the backups to be. And John Lennon is prominent on the Young Americans album. He co-wrote and plays on Fame. That's John Lennon on guitar.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And David Bowie, huge fan of John Lennon, of course, and the Beatles. And in the song, Young Americans, David Bowie pays tribute to the Beatles and John Lennon. Listen closely. You ever heard that line before?
Oh, yeah.
In A Day in the Life on Sgt. Pepper?
Yeah.
I heard the news today, oh boy. And he paid tribute by having the backup singer say. And you hear a difference between that music and Ziggy Stardust?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Completely different sound.
Yeah, much more defined as well. I think that at that point he's going into really his own sound.
Yeah.
Totally.
And it was really cool, Ken, to see him at Madison Square Garden, because another minor character that he was Halloween Jack. And in the song Diamond Dogs, he says, Halloween Jack was a real cool cat. He lives on top of Manhattan Chase. Well, guess what? We were sitting blocks away from Manhattan Chase while we were sitting in Madison Square Garden. That's cool, right?
That's pretty cool.
He even pointed up, lives on top of Manhattan Chase. And so Station to Station was the next Thin White Duke adventure for David Bowie, and the new character called the Thin White Duke. What a song.
Turn on the Thin White Duke, throwing darts in lovers' eyes.
So this is the title track to the album Station to Station, and I got to tell you, man, when I first heard Golden Years in my friend's car, I was in the back seat, again, probably all lit up, and I first heard Golden Years on the radio, I lost my mind. I almost had to stop the car, get out, and go, this song's so good. You know?
Yeah.
It's so good.
No, I get it.
I mean, now it's good, but imagine when you hear it for the first time, right? Golden Years. And the song Station to Station is a long song. It's like 10 minutes long. And actually, it was brilliant because when we saw him at the concert, that was the first song they played. Everything's dark, right? Everything's dark. Lights in the garden are out. Everything's out. And then one by one, because the bass players do, and the spotlight would come on like he just appeared there like magic. And there, because it was dark, and you put the, you know what I mean? So it looks like.
Yeah.
And then the guitar player, bop, just popped up. And then all of a sudden, David Bowie, who was standing right in front on the stage, right there, the light comes on him, and he is there, right?
Yeah.
And it was like a magic act. And he wore during that tour, I'm sure you've seen pictures of it, black pants, black vest, white button-down shirt with long sleeves, and hair slicked back and looking cool, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know, I love it. And I tried to get my son into David Bowie without any guidance. That was my fault. Because he started on Diamond Dogs, and, you know, Diamond Dogs is a weird record. Diamond Dogs is Bowie's musical rendition of George Orwell's 1984. I mean, there's a song called 1984 and Big Brother and all that, you know. And so finally he listened to...
So you think you had to maybe ease him into it more?
Exactly. Or maybe not ease him into it, find it a different...
Well, something more, I don't want to say normal, like commercially acceptable. I don't know.
Slicker. I think
yeah,
slicker
maybe,
is
yeah.
what he loves, my son. And so then he got into Young Americans, and then he listened to Station and lost his mind. Completely lost his mind on David Bowie. Can I say something about my son? I know I talk about him too much.
No, you don't.
He was in the library on the first floor. You know what I'm saying there? He was in the bathroom.
Oh.
But that's how a mafia guy would say it. I was in the library. And he says, why am I seeing David Bowie's Dead on my feed? I was like, what? It was 2016, January 10th, 3 days after he released an album. And he didn't tell anybody. He had cancer that he never told anybody about. So Chris got very upset. And we had a little studio for him down in the basement. And he went down and he recorded his version of Lady Stardust. Just him and the piano, you know. Because Lady Stardust to him was such an impactful song because, well, it's all right. The band was all together. So when Lady Stardust was in the band was all together, and it was a great band. When Lady Stardust wasn't there, the band was not as good.
Yeah.
So he did his own version of Lady Stardust.
It's great.
Who does that? You stupid, crazy musicians do that.
No, he does it.
That's all the time we have for Porcelli's Deli. I hope you enjoyed it. I love bringing it to you. From David Live, this is Diamond Dogs. Listen for the Chuck Berry kind of guitar riff, okay? because they all love Chuck, and they all did almost every song that David Bowie has. Not yet, it's coming. Here it comes. So Chuck Berry right there.
Have you ever been to a Starbucks, like inside, like if you go inside and there's like a big long line and you'll be waiting and they try to take your order before you're even to the front? Like you'll be in the back, they're like, what do you want? You're like, I would like to wait till I get right in front of you. Yeah, you know, did you see everybody looked at me when you said that? I didn't care for that. So how about we do it like a regular, normal business, you know? And you let me do it right in front of you. Starbucks is like waving cars down on the street. Just be like, we're just trying to get your order started in case you ever come here one day.
The Vic Porcelli Show on NewstalkSTL.
I will still listen to this album all the way through.
Oh, yeah.
We're on a road trip. So many great songs. Watch That Man is one of those esoteric songs of David Bowie's that I just love. And he wanted the song to sound like the Stones when he made it. So there's a lot of horns, because back then horn sections were everywhere, you know. And the Stones on Exile on Main Street, the horn section was all over it. And he wanted it to sound like that.
Well, the guitar work in this song was very Stones oriented.
So much, man.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much. I'm sorry. I don't want to. I just want to say I saw a thing on. We watched Newsmax here in the studio. I didn't think of this, Ken. I don't know why I'm so stupid. The semifinal of the World Cup was England versus Argentina. Remember the Falkland Islands War?
Yeah.
It was England and Argentina.
Oh, yeah. They've got a long 100-year history with their soccer games.
I didn't. But this was a real war.
No, yeah.
The Falkland Islands.
Yes.
And Sting pissed me off because we went to go see the Police. This was in New Jersey at the Meadowlands Arena, and the whole thing was going on. And he says to the crowd, "So if we go to war with Argentina, you're gonna stick up for us, right?" I'm like, Why do you say that? Why do you put us in the middle of your country's problems?
Yeah.
So stupid. So Ken got an email from Chris Cooper.
Yeah.
And he's talking about the Trump accounts, which went live on the nation's 250th birthday. He wrote a piece on it, the facts, the values, etc., like that. And that's what he's going to come and talk to us about next week.
Yeah, that's great. And the Trump accounts are such a big deal.
And Chris Cooper is a big deal because
Yes.
he knows that this is something people can get in on for their kid who was born with no money. I don't know if you were born with any money. Do you have any money?
I don't think I was.
Me either. But, you know, it's going to be great for kids. So is it totally great? I don't know. Chris will fill us in on that whenever he comes in, which I think is next week.
No, I think, well, we'll see. Here, let me get it here.
Only one day of this week left.
Right.
So Serenity Wealth Management is where Chris, he owns that place, and he's a good guy. And conversations that you won't even realize what's going on. He's like, I'm nothing up my sleeve. Let's have a conversation. And then you end up saying, yeah, I like this guy. I trust this guy.
Next Friday.
I feel comfortable talking about my money with this guy. And that's how good he is.
Yeah.
He's Chris Cooper. He's got a few books he'd like you to read. The most recent one is the Business Owner's Playbook for Financial Clarity. That's at serenitynowbiz.com. That's really expensive. Free. And then he's got the other two books, the New Holistic Retirement and Tax-Free Solutions for Long-Term Care. Those are really expensive.
No, they're free.
Free. And the great radio show, Serenity Wealth Now. Ken tells me there's something called Fun with Finance in that show.
All over it.
Serenity Now, Chris Cooper.
Investment advice offered through Fortis Capital Advisors.
Serenity now!
All
all the information I need on the drive to work.
Mike Ferguson in the morning. I keep it on throughout the day, whether it's local, national, or something big that's happening overseas.
News, analysis, and opinion.
St. Louis is #1 for conservative talk.
NewstalkSTL.
Let's take a break.
Good idea.
Hey, Tom, what are you doing on that Amendment 4?
You know we fought for our freedom and rights. I'm not giving them away without a fight.
4 takes them?
That's exactly what 4 does. For over 100 years, Missouri voters have used our constitutional power to act when the politicians refused. I'll be darned if I'm voting to pass on less freedom and power to my kids.
And doesn't 4 also kill majority rule?
Yup. Creates minority rule, or just 5% of the most liberal statewide voters in one Missouri congressional district that block any citizen-led reform, making it nearly impossible to pass common-sense conservative citizen ballot measures.
That's crazy town stuff.
And we've needed our citizen ballot measure power to pass some big conservative stuff, like outlawing tax hikes without voter approval, lobbyist reforms, and term limits for career politicians.
No way I'm letting a tiny fraction of liberals derail our conservative power. I'm no on Amendment 4.
Hard no on 4.
Petty 4 buttons are inch prepare governance.
Every summer, homeowners make plans: a new grill, a backyard project, a family vacation. But what about the upgrades you could enjoy every single day? Your windows drafty, difficult to open? Your patio entry door has seen better days? Now's the time to make a change. Renewal by Anderson makes replacing windows and doors simple. Beautifully crafted products, professional installation. And right now, save big. Get $1,000 off your patio or entry door and take $400 off each replacement window. And if you schedule your appointment before July 12, get an additional $250 off your entire purchase. Call 877-WINDOWS or visit renewalbyanderson.com. 877-WINDOWS or visit renewalbyanderson.com. Renewal by Anderson. Superior products, exceptional service.
Fox News commentary with Craig Gutfeld. Next.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Here's Greg Gutfeld.
Dems always had a little socialism, but now it's so ingrained they're kind of okay with it. For now, anyway, because it's going to be a death sentence by socialism, and they did it to themselves. So the socialists are on the verge of a full-blown movement. Like MAGA might come to define their party. Republicans let MAGA become its party because it existed in the realm of common sense. So what can the Dems do? Well, they can define themselves by what they're not. Say we reject open borders in trans and high school sports. We hate cashless bail and ending prisons and defunding the cops. We don't want to end the Electoral College, the Supreme Court, and America. It's time for someone to take the wheel and get the car back on the road. The problem for them, it might be too late. Revolutions take their own sweet time until the end. And then when it's happening, the first to go are the people hoping they would be last.
For more commentary like this, go to foxnewspodcast.com.
When I think back on all the crap I learned in high school.
Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show.
I have a theory. People talk loud when they want to act smart, right? Correct!
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
Whoosh. Ken, I got to tell you, I have so much fun at work, you know?
Yeah, I do too. We do.
I hope when people go to work, that they have fun. Because we're having fun.
Yeah.
You know? Can I say what I just told you before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Ken calls Nick. Apparently it was his wake-up call, his hotel wake-up call. And Nick answers the phone. Now, I'm only hearing Ken's side of it. Nick answers the phone, and Ken goes, "Hey, brother." And I said, you know what that reminds me of? There was a movie called Tower Heist. Eddie Murphy And Sibiggy, she was in the movie Precious. She was
Right.
Real big black girl. And she's talking to Eddie Murphy, and she asks Eddie Murphy, "Are you married?" He goes, "No, I ain't married. What's up?" All right. Do we do next thing or we don't do next
Oh,
thing?
yeah. Well, we can.
You're the boss, man. Oh, no, I dropped my pen. You know what that means.
He's known by many names.
We the people are in charge. We are going to save our republic.
Nikki Two Shows. Schroer the Thrower. Twitter trolls love to hate him.
We love Vic Porcelli so much.
He's Nick Schroer, Missouri State Senator.
Mr. Schroer, this is your wake-up call?
Well, Vic, don't ever drop your pen at NewstalkSTL.
Why?
I thought he said drop my pants. You know
I
what that
thought he
means?
was going to say that. Why? Why should I not drop my pen?
We can't talk about that on air.
Hey! So listen, the problem is I got to bend down and pick it up.
And then he bumps
Exactly.
his head.
Yeah, and then I hit my head under the counter on the way up. So the ramifications are terrible.
Well, if you are injured, just call me and Jim Avery at Avery Injury Law. We'll take care of you.
Ooh, I love that.
There you go.
So bending down to pick something up has become such a chore for me that I'm at the point, Nick, where if I'm walking down the street and I drop my wallet, I'm like, forget it, keep it. I don't
Just
want
leave it there.
it. Just leave it there. You want it, take it. All right. So
Call the
listen,
bank, new cards.
Tuesday, we were wrapping up our conversation that we have every Tuesday. And you started rattling off this long list of other laws and stuff that you've been working on, one being about Sharia law. And Kim and I were like, whoa, slow down. And we were out of time. So we want to pick up there where we left off. Can you run through that list of laws and bills that you were working on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so some of these flew under the radar. The governor earlier this week was able to, I think it was Monday, was able to sign all the rest of the bills that were on his desk that he wasn't able to have a ceremonial signing for. When the bill sponsors and people that are impacted come in, well, you know, with me running for floor leader to be the majority leader in the Missouri Senate, I'm all over the place and just didn't work out for Monday. He signed the bills anyways. One of them was a bill that I sponsored, and we had been the Republicans have been working on this for decades. They got this to former Governor Nixon, a Democrat. He vetoed it. It came one vote shy before my time. And we've been, you know, Eric Burlison has been working on this. Paul Kurtman has been working on this. And finally we get this bill, American Laws for American Courts. And it's quite simple. Well, you know, whether it's the World Health Organization, the World Economic Forum, Sharia law, anything that's conflicting with Missouri law or the U.S. Constitution will be null and void. You can't get a free pass by, you know, during COVID, we saw certain county executives, one who is leaving, Dr. Scam Page, who said, you know, hey, the World Health Organization is doing this. We're just going to adopt their treaties and we're going to adopt whatever they want us to do. The World Economic Forum says that we should, you know, do X, Y, and Z with transgenders. No more. And when you see the practice of Sharia law, somebody asked me the other day, well, you're not banning it outright. You're not criminalizing it. No, you know, we're not doing that in America. You can still practice what you want. But when you break the law, you're not going to get a free pass. And I told this person, I said, look, if you've got a wife who has offended you to the point where you can stone her in Sharia law or pour acid on her head pursuant to Sharia law, if you do that, that is against the law and you will go to prison for a very long time. You can still practice whatever you want, but when you break the law in the state of Missouri or federal law, that is going to reign supreme, and the governor signed that on Monday.
So let me ask you something. Can that, especially the example you just gave us about how men treat women under Sharia law, can that turn violent? Because you're in our country, these are our rules, these are our courts, and they say, oh, no, we're Sharia law, we're on our own. Could that lead to something very violent?
Well, and that's where I think that this law needed to be put in place. A lot of people have said, oh, well, of course, it's common sense. American laws for American courts. Well, it's not, because you have zones in Minneapolis, you have zones in Texas where, you know, judges are kind of going a little lenient when it comes to whether they're going to treat certain people the same way because, hey, it's their religion. It's what they truly believe. It's something they have a deeply held religious belief, but it's still breaking the law. It's still harming somebody's liberties and their freedoms that they have here in Missouri and in the United States. And we're even seeing in Europe where England, they've got these tribunals the Sharia tribunals that, as of right now, decades ago was, this is never going to happen. A couple of years ago, we're starting to see them, and now it's, they're never going to supersede English law. Well, yeah, it's been a slow drip over time where we got here. Now we're starting to see them in America as well. So to answer your question, yeah, it could be violent. We could start to see individuals practicing Sharia law. We just saw, I think it was in New York earlier this year that I reported when I was on the Senate floor, talking to individuals about Muslims that were coming into these areas, and they go into a liquor store that's owned by a Muslim, and he said, hey, pursuant to Sharia law, all of this stuff has to get out. All this alcohol, all of these narcotics have to get out. That's that person's right. If they want to have a store, a liquor store, a bookstore, whatever it may be, it's their right to do that. And if you want to start getting violent, there's laws against it, and that's what should reign supreme in our courts. Not religious code, not religious doctrine, not foreign doctrine from the World Health Organization or World Economic Forum. It should be things that were litigated by our founding fathers, placed in the U.S. Constitution, or that are in Missouri statute.
All right. Well, listen. American laws for American courts, what's the difference if the judge is a great big liberal weenie?
Well, that is a great question, and that's where the Missouri Bar, the Ethics Commission, and elections, if it's a position that's been elected, and things that can get overturned. If the prosecutor comes in and says, look, we're going to throw the book at this person because they beheaded their wife who was on Facebook and laughed at a comment from another man, well, we're going to charge him with murder. If the judge is going to allow for certain evidence or not allow for certain evidence, and it's against our laws that we have in the state of Missouri, if they're going easy on them because it's their religious code pursuant to Sharia law or any other religion that conflicts with Missouri law and our U.S. Constitution, then that's going to be appealable. So it's time for us to stop sitting on our hands with this. I know you guys have done a great job, as you say, going on the offensive, because we are seeing our country a Christian nation. And yes, I know a lot of people forget that point, that we were founded upon Judeo-Christian beliefs. Look at the Mayflower Compact. The Mayflower Compact, which is by a bunch of religious guys and gals that came here, that was what helped lead to our founding documents and ingraining all of the rights that were given to us by our Creator. So, these founding documents that we have, they're not saying, the government is giving you these rights. It's the government is protecting these rights that you've been given by God. And slowly but surely, we're now seeing this nation becoming something far, far worse than what our founders ever intended it to be. Yeah. And it's incumbent upon all of us to stand and fight, not just on Sunday nights, but stand and fight to protect this nation.
Exactly right. It's that nudge forward. It's that leaking that they do, and they just push in the tiniest of things with Sharia, and then we let it go, and it gets a little worse and a little worse. I watched a video online, Nick. I couldn't even play the clip. It was too inflammatory, too profane in order to play it. But this guy comes out of his car just because a man was burning a Quran, which, by the way, they burn Bibles and flags every single day on the other side, and there's no problem with that. But he jumps out of his car. I'm going to murder him right now. It's my right as under Sharia that I can kill that man. Well, he's in America, by the way.
Yeah.
So just take that with you.
I just saw a video last night. We're probably going to play it this Sunday. There's a guy similar to Nick Shirley. He's in Georgia in this little Somalian village that they have, and he's going, trying to go to restaurants, and they're all closed down because of health hazards, and they finally found one. And one guy comes up and he's saying, you're not allowed here. You have to ask us for permission to come into little Somalia. This isn't America anymore. And this guy was standing and fighting, saying, no, this is America. Get used to it or go back home.
Nick, time just flies right by. There's never enough time. But thanks so much. That was the most important thing I wanted to talk to you about today. And we appreciate you, Senator Schroer. Stand and fight 6 to the rest of the night, I guess. Long time.
Long time. 6 to whenever. God bless you, boys.
Thank you. God bless you, Senator. See ya.
I mean, what the hell, Ken? What the hell?
I know.
Whoosh.
You work hard, follow the rules, and get absolutely slammed by taxes. Your paycheck taxed. Your property taxed. Everything you buy taxed. Missouri's tax system isn't broken, it's rigged against you. The lawyers and lobbyists working for big corporations and the super rich buried over 200 loopholes for themselves in our tax code. While they pay nothing on the services they use, working families are taxed over and over. It's no wonder they're lying about Amendment 5. Our corrupt tax system is rigged in their favor. They're getting a free ride on your back. Don't believe their lies. The truth is, Amendment 5 closes loopholes exploited by the super rich and slashes taxes paid by Missouri's working families, phasing out income taxes and cutting property taxes. They finally pay what they owe while you keep what you earn. Vote yes on Amendment 5. Paid for by Missouri Promise PAC.
If you're considering an annuity as part of your retirement plan, we need to talk. Hi, I'm Bob Stockdale, Senior Vice President Investments with the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel and host of On the Money Saturday mornings at 9 on News Talk STL 1019. Annuities can be a useful tool for some retirement investors, but not all annuities are created equal. Every week, we meet clients who own complex annuities that don't suit their needs and, in some cases, actively undermine their retirement plan. Before you purchase an annuity, get a second opinion from the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel. Requesting a consultation is free of charge. To request a free consultation, contact us at clearpathinvesting.com. That's clearpathinvesting.com, or call us at 636-695-2650. That's clearpathinvesting.com or 636-695-2650. Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member NYSE and SIPC.
KLGY HD3 Clayton, K270BW Bellefonte, KNVS Bowling Green. This is News Talk STL at 1019, 94.1, and always streaming at NewstalkSTL.com.
News this hour at Town Hall. I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. President Trump is making a primetime speech to the nation that's expected to include, among other topics, election issues tonight, staying mum for the most part about what to expect, but he says it will include, quote, really big news. People are headed for higher ground in Texas today. That's after days of pounding rain forced authorities to rescue dozens of people from rising waters today before sunrise. Texas Governor Greg Abbott.
Our primary focus right now and throughout the remainder of this torrential rain is saving lives. To achieve that goal, I've already issued a disaster declaration for 59 counties across the state.
The U.S. Coast Guard has suspended its search for 3 people still missing after a boat capsized in San Francisco Bay this week.
The Coast Guard says that after searching more than 800 square miles of water, they've suspended their search for 3 people missing when a boat capsized Tuesday in the choppy waters of San Francisco Bay. On board were 20 family members celebrating the life of a loved one who died more than a decade ago. Justin Marceline says he was commercial fishing with another man when they saw smoke billowing out of the boat, and they went over to help.
People were either frantically, because we were going in and out with our boat, they were either super frantic and we just had to grab them and, look at my face, look at me in the eyes, I'm not going to let you go.
I'm Donna Warder.
President Trump has reversed course on a recent policy change at the Department of Homeland Security. We get more details in this report from correspondent Willie Nelson.
President Trump is ordering ICE to resume vehicle stops after the Department of Homeland Security briefly paused the enforcement tactic. The president says traffic stops remain one of ICE's most effective tools for identifying and removing criminal illegal immigrants. The reversal comes after agents were instructed to limit most vehicle stops pending additional training. Willie Nelson, the White House.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up by 134 points. NASDAQ down 274. More from townhall.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-583-0141. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-583-0141. That's 800-583-0141.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This hour of News Talk STL is brought to you by Stifel, serving investors for over 130 years. Contact your Stifel financial advisor at stifel.com. That's STIFEL.com.
I'm Dr. TJ, owner of the Institute of Natural Health, co-owner of Optimal Nutraceuticals, and the host of Wellness One. Wellness One is designed to cut through the nonsense and provide you common sense science-based information regarding health and wellness. On the show, we discuss topics like thyroid health, gut health, hormone optimization, and many others. Our show airs Saturdays at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. and Sundays at 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. right here on NewstalkSTL. And you can visit us at inhstl.com. That's inhstl.com.
With all of the celebrations, anniversaries, and holidays coming up over the next few months, where are you going to go to get that special something for the special people in your life? Newsteaders Fine Jewelers, of course. Newsteaders Fine Jewelers found 24/7 at wowdiamonds.com. Tim Jones here to tell you all about Newsteaders Fine Jewelers. Richard Newsteader and his team serving our region since 1961 with awesome, honest jewelry solutions. They've got everything from diamonds to wedding engagement rings, hand-engraved items, pendants, earrings, and so much more. You can find them 24/7, wowdiamonds.com. That's Newsteaders Fine Jewelers, wowdiamonds.com.
When decisions matter most, experience isn't optional. As a former SWAT commander, Tim Whitney has led Under Pressure. Today, as Undersheriff and Chief Financial Officer, he helps lead hundreds of employees, manages one of the county's largest budgets, and protects taxpayers with conservative accountability.
I'm Tim Whitney, and I'd be honored to earn your vote. Together, we can support responsible growth, strengthen public safety, protect taxpayers, and preserve the character that makes Jefferson County home.
Paid for by friends of Tim Whitney. Heather Missy, Treasurer.
When Donald Trump needs conservative votes to help pass his agenda for Missouri, Representative Tricia Burns never answers the call. Tricia Burns has missed 370 votes. Burns is bucking President Trump's priorities. Burns did not vote to stop DEI initiatives, prevent China from owning Missouri land, defund Planned Parenthood, and Burns did not vote to ban boys from girls' sports. Tricia Burns not showing up for Missouri and President Trump. Instead, Tricia Burns spends her time pulling pranks on the suicide prevention hotline. Yes, you heard that right. Tricia Burns lied to the police and staged a fake suicide emergency. She sent a series of messages to the hotline and said she, quote, had a gun to her head, end quote. When she got caught, she said there'd be no consequences because she's a politician. By August 4th, vote to show Tricia Burns that there are consequences to being bad at your job. Cut the Bullpack paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidate committee.
This hour, the Vic Porcelli Show, brought to you by the Trolley Stop Bakery, the official bakery of the Vic Porcelli Show. You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show.
A 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour. The weather started getting rough.
We squeeze in a dry hump day under partly sunny skies.
From New Jersey to Baldwin, Missouri, two behind the microphone, taking the whoosh to the radical left and the putrid swamp. You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show. Here he is, Vic Porcelli.
All right, our final hour, ready to roll. Ken and I are always working on stuff we can do for you to make you smile, make you laugh, keep you informed. So we got something in the works we're going to try to get it, but it's got a lot to do with all the great audio clips that you hear.
Yeah, and I don't want to divulge any of it, but we actually were trying to produce it while we were live on the air doing it.
Right.
And it was like, no, shut up, and let's just keep going.
All right. So chat box 1141 right now. You know this guy? You know this guy.
What's his name?
What's your name? What? What is your name? Tony!
What a bunch of emasculated politicians.
Tony.
Tony Kinnett.
Gun person. That's a new one. I'm going to keep an eye out for any Mossberg 500s with legs.
Oh, God, Tony, live.
Nobody liked Vic. That's why I'm honored to be here.
Daily Signal national correspondent Tony Kinnett. Good morning, Tony. How are you?
I am fantastic, gentlemen. And you?
Oh, great.
Wonderful.
You know, they're on Facebook, I don't know where else it is, but on Facebook, there's a great Sopranos club, whatever you call it, and people put funny things about the Sopranos in there, and we all laugh. So lately, for some reason, remember when Big Pussy gets shot in the bottom of the boat there?
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
And he goes, hey, Tone, you mind if I sit down? Because he's all drunk on the tequila. So,
sure.
So people are making me, Tone, is it okay if I wear my mini skirt when you do that? And it's like thousands of them, and that's the big thing. And he says, Tone, it's you, Tony Kennedy. Hey, how you doing?
Tone.
I'm not wearing a mini skid for you, though.
Oh,
that ain't happening.
Oh, that's
not for you, Vic.
I ain't married. What's up? All right. So, talking, though, about the mafia and stuff, right? So Zoran Mondami releases this immigration enclave map, and he leaves out Little Italy. Is he stupid? Does he want the Zoran? What have I done to make you treat me so disrespectfully? And then all of a sudden, he's going to change it.
As they say in Little Bangladesh, hey, I'm walking here.
Little Bangladesh.
Little Bangladesh.
Oh my God.
Yeah, everybody loves little Bangladesh. You know, little Palestine. By the way, there is a little Palestine in Chicago, and I did get my tires changed there, and it was an interesting experience. But no, I love all the little ethnic neighborhoods. There's no Irish neighborhood anymore in New York either. They also left out the Jews. I always thought, like, if you're leaving the Italians, the Irish, and the Jews out of New York, who's left?
Right,
like,
nobody left.
Who's left? Like, what?
Here's a story from Real America's Voice, all about that story in Chicago.
You want to talk about the death of America? It's right here, just outside of Chicago, Illinois. They just renamed this Little Palestine. Terry, you grew up around here.
Yeah, it is. It's Bridgeview. That's Burbank. This is Harlem Avenue, so they're going to rename Harlem Avenue as Palestine Way.
Are you kidding?
No.
Are you kidding?
And
Talk about slapping the black community in the face.
Oh, wow.
This is the beginning, so we're going to go a little bit down the block there. Wall-to-wall Muslim stores, restaurants. There's nothing wrong with having your culture come to America just like all of us. But
if you can assimilate.
You beat me to it, yes. They want us to assimilate to their culture instead of the other way around.
Well, not only that, it's if you can assimilate and not want to murder us. Yeah. You know, there's a lot of religions around the world
it's a high bar.
that may be false religions, but they don't come here to try to destroy this country and murder the people. Islam is not coming to assimilate. It's not coming to compromise. It's coming to take over.
Is that you? Is that you in that clip?
No.
Sounds like you. Yeah,
I'm kind of shocked. Usually you crack maybe like a joke or you make some kind of an offhanded reference. You don't think that it's going to directly end up applying to the news of the day. There's Politico articles from the south of the country saying that there are all these black leaders panicking because the Democrat Party has abandoned them instead of focusing on races in the South. Forget the redistricting. There are a lot of black congressional candidates in the South right now that think they're not going to win because, and they're like super incumbents, because the Democrats have abandoned all of them financially, support-wise, commercials, endorsements, to instead go all in on the Muslim and the socialist candidates.
Yes.
Same all the way up in New York. Same thing over in Michigan. I mean, guys, this is, I've been to Little Palestine. I have we won't get into that story. But anyway, I left very, very quickly and shouted some fun things as I did. But stay strapped if you're going through Chicago and constitutional, carry stuff.
I'm not going
Anyway.
anywhere. Okay, I'm not
That
going
all
anywhere.
said, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Tony, you made a great point here just now, because I went down, this is probably about 6 months ago, and I did not know the intense Hispanic community we have in South St. Louis. So we went down and we went to a Hispanic market. It was great. No one spoke English, but they really were very accommodating. Okay,
Some of the best markets in the world, though, right?
Yep,
For like vegetables and some of the food and the spices there. They're actually fresh
dude,
spices.
Next to my backyard,
We've actually gone back there because of that. But the thing is, the bottom line here is they assimilate. Yes, it was a really tight-knit community of all Hispanic people. However, they're Christians, they're conservative families. They're assimilated to become American as well. And that's just exactly the opposite of what this
the knives they have in the back cut meat, not necks. It's kind of nice, You'd actually invite them over to your house. Again, maybe you go over to visit their house. It smells like Fabuloso instead of Pledge, but you know what? It's clean.
Oh, absolutely. But my whole point is just, the other thing, the invasion strategy of what they call Islam is exactly the opposite of what they're doing.
And it's so funny to watch them lose their most dedicated voter base in history. Again, and they think that, well, if they're not going to, run the socialists, maybe they'll run Pete Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg is the only Democrat candidate that polls at exactly 0% in the black community. 0%. Wow. I know this is going to shock you guys, but white people, we've been making gay jokes for a while. Black people have been making gay jokes since language was a thing. So I don't think that you guys know what you're doing here.
I guess not.
Oh, my goodness.
So I'm just so glad you mentioned Fabuloso, a cleaner. It's
My
like
wife loves that.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
We never bought it. I remember shopping during COVID. It was the only thing left was Fabuloso. And I just like saying Fabuloso. So I said it a million times in the store. And I drove my wife crazy because that's what I was put on this earth to do.
I for one, think it is good. personally, my father-in-law is Hispanic, and he and I will start speaking in Spanish occasionally to annoy my wife. And we have, of course, brought up Fabuloso before because it's a Hispanic heritage hallmark. God bless it. You think I'm joking? I'm really not.
No, don't think you're joking. But it's true. All right, let's move on to some other stuff here, okay? Stop stealing the show. So this was great. A 215 to 211 vote. House of Representatives passed the rare procedural rule Tuesday evening that opened the House floor after no legislative action in 3 weeks, and the Save America Act was in there. That's great news.
It is, and I'm happy to see it pass through. Is the Senate parliamentarian going to let that pass through, though? No. Now, Thune should have just opened up and gotten rid of the filibuster by now. I will say that probably they should be more than happy here to use the death of Lindsey Graham here, as his own wishes were said. This isn't me, trying to stand on his grave. To use his death to actually push the Save America Act pieces on this reconciliation through. I think they should. Now, are they going to? I mean, Susan Collins isn't really going to play ball. Neither is Lisa Murkowski and Tom Tillis. But was the House awesome for getting to push this thing through? Yeah, Mike Johnson has been an incredible Speaker of the House.
He has.
No matter which way you slice it.
Yes.
Hey, why don't they just rename it the Lindsey Graham bill?
Hey.
Well, I think that would be smart. The Lindsey Graham Memorial Bill. And then you would kind of that's the kind of thing. This is so funny. That would force an establishment guy like Mitch, if he was coherent, or Tom Tillis, or some of these other like really angry establishment technocracy Republicans, they would go, well, if it's for the memorial, and then they would pass it. And then we would have like voter ID, like a first world country, and then we could focus on something truly important, like invading Canada and arresting Parliament.
So funny. All right. We want you to hear some audio because this is what really pisses me off.
This isn't Chuck Schumer farting, is it?
This is Chuck. No.
I know that would piss you off. That
No, we played it yesterday.
We did giggle about that a little bit. Yeah.
It better be a permanent spot on the audio board, Ken.
I know.
So this is a billionaire whose name is too hard for me to say, but I'll give it a shot. Chamath Palihapitiya, happy to see ya. Silicon Valley tech investor. Trashed President Trump for so long.
Forever, yeah.
And now he says, you know what? I was wrong.
The reality is that most of us were lied to by the media about President Trump. And if you just go back to the source material, you should take away two things. One, he didn't say half the things he said. And two, why did these other people just fabricate what they wanted to say so that they could essentially assassinate his character? I think that that second thing is completely unacceptable in America, and there's still been no repercussions, really. I took the time to learn about it. I admitted where, the way that I met him was I admitted on the pod, which, has millions of viewers, and I said, I got it totally wrong, because I went and I watched Charlottesville, and the first person to call me?
Who was it?
President Trump. And I got to know him, and I put the phone down, I called my wife, and I said, we got it totally, totally wrong. We were lied to. And then I got to know him, and he is fantastic.
And that's what we've been talking about forever.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Chimichanga Lee on there. I think that he's exactly correct. And again, when you see it's really funny watching the left not only get rid of black voters, but also big tech. All of these big tech guys that were super in on the left are now watching the left say, what if we hanged them all and gave everything they own to China?
Yeah.
And they're like, man, you know what? That doesn't sound very good. So you have this guy, this Colorado free bag guy. He gets up there and he says, you know what? I think that I was wrong about President Donald Trump. And again, this billionaire, whatever his name is, Bed Bath and Beyond, he seems like a pretty outstanding guy. I don't know who he is.
But here's the thing.
But hey.
He's got to get that message out. It doesn't do any good. Was that on CNN, by the way? Was that Tapper I heard? Just agreeing and nodding?
I think it was CNN. But here's the thing, Vic. Tens of thousands of his employees are going to hear that, and then they're going to lean toward that then.
That's not going to swing an election.
No, it's not. But just one at a time, these guys are coming out. All we're asking them is do a little research of your own. He did, and he goes, wait a minute. Charlottesville, they lied. Okay.
We knew that 10 years ago.
And then the next step needs to be that you need to get on the president's agenda and you need to start pushing some of this stuff. Like you said, that's exactly, you need to get out there, spend some money on advertising, get out there, do some investing, convince some of your rich buddies in other countries to move their manufacturing to the United States. I mean, again, I don't even know this guy, this camel wax on, wax off dude. I say get in here. I say bring your whole crew, pump the money into the United States, and revivify the Midwest.
Right.
You, Chimichanga Lanongadong, you could be the new founder of a brand new wing of manufacturing plants outside of St. Louis. I say do it.
Chamath Palahapatia.
Hold on.
And also with you.
So you've been making fun of his name, and you said it closer than I said it, trying to actually read it the right way.
Yeah, that's what we do here at the Tony Kinnett cast. We take a name, we make fun of it until we accidentally say it correctly, and then the USA Today doesn't even know how to fact check us, so they yell at Ron Johnson instead.
So I got a couple of things here I'd like to talk to you about real quick out of stuff that you just said. First of all, you said on the cast. That's cool? Right. Is that the cool way to say podcast, the cast?
No, so I didn't get to choose the name of my show because God likes to punish me. And so the guy at WIBC said, let's call it the Tony Kinnett cast because it's equal parts broadcast and podcast. And I said, you don't meet a lot of women, do you? And so ever since then, the name has stuck and I'm stuck with it.
All right.
Well, what is his name? Polyhamatia? He called it the pod.
I don't believe in poly relationships. Thanks, though, Ken. That's nice of you.
Why don't you let me
Just
say
you finish?
That was the next thing I was going to say.
I'm really sorry, Vic.
Play it. You did it. Play it.
I
Own up to it. Be a man. All right.
I'm really sorry, Vic.
So you said on the pod.
Ken, Thunder Stealer.
No, I'm sorry. You didn't say on the pod. Camel said on the pod. So is that like the cool way to say podcast? Like, on the pod.
Well, I don't know how Panama Canalenstein pronounces things, but I'm just trying to do my best over here.
The only reason I ask is because my daughter's 26, and everything's got to be shortened. She's a syllablist. She really is. She's a syllablist. So if we get some sushi, we're gonna get some sushi, and
it's not suspicious. It's sus.
Yeah, sus.
Here's
the sitch. Yeah. Here's the sitch. Right, all that kind of stuff.
Convo.
Oh, that's really pulling out the Zillennial there. I approve of that one.
On the pod, a sweet little bevy,
little combo.
I'm just picturing Vic as Steve Buscemi going, "How do you do, fellow kids?" Like trying to abbreviate things. I love it.
I do it more in a Paul McCartney way because we have a sweet little bevy. We go out and have a couple ciggies and eat a little sushi. That's the sitch for tonight.
This segment is off the L. It's fantastic.
Off
the rails. So it's like off the L train because it's St. Louis.
Dang,
huh?
you abbreviated.
What that is? What you just did in Ocean's 11 when he goes, "We're
one of the best movies of all time." Continue.
We're Barney. No, what is it? Yeah, we're
Bonnie
Barney.
Rubble.
Right.
Trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
He says we're Barney, and everybody's supposed to know that means we're in trouble because Barney's last name is Rubble. And it rhymes with trouble.
Okay.
And I can't remember the actor, but the guy who played Monica's dad in Friends, who's also the really rich guy Ruben in Ocean's 11.
Oh, yeah.
Him just looking at you like you're stupid is just one of the best written tropes in all of cinema. And I just need him looking at people like they're idiots. That should be a political commercial. He just looks at Democrats like they're idiots.
Elliot Gould?
Elliot Gould. What a great guy.
And if you notice, Brad Pitt is eating in every scene he's in that
yes,
movie.
he is. Huh. I know. I'm sorry. You better hop to something different because I love that trilogy and I know all of the trivia, like the Mormon twins, the whole thing. The younger brother, who is also the older brother in American Pie, that's a top 10 movie for me.
Well, I don't know all the trivia so I'm not as cool as Tony Kinnett. So,
let's not just start listing facts here. The Democrats won't replay it later.
Let's cut off the conversation now so I don't look stupider. Tony Kinnett, Daily Signal National Correspondent. Thank you so much. We'll talk next week, buddy.
My absolute favorite segment, Vic, Ken, you guys take care.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tony.
Did you hear that?
I heard it. I heard it from his mouth. The Tony Kinnett cast. Get that too on YouTube.
It's the cast,
It's the cast.
In the pod. This guy, Chili and Beans, whatever his name is, Chili and Papa Tupi, calls it the pod.
Palahapatia.
Forget it. Don't we show off? I don't care.
I don't care. You don't care.
I don't care.
But it's at the Tonus on X too, if you want to get him on there.
Oh, Tony Kinnett.
Yes.
Yeah, his name's easy.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back.
Whoosh.
This show's gone off the L.
Off the L, buddy.
Off the rails.
That's right.
Watch us on our live stream using Rumble, Facebook, and Twitter. The Vic Porcelli Show.
Over here, dear.
On NewstalkSTL. This is 1019 and 94.1.
Female millennial Trump supporter. I listen to it like every day. Like, seriously, you get it.
News Talk STL.
The radical left let crime and drugs pour into our nation, and they let biological men into girls' sports. But here in Missouri, if there's a problem, we fix it. That's why Ann Wagner's fixing the mess the radical left made and delivering for us. Wagner voted to ban biological men from competing in girls' sports. And she voted to fund the police and provide more resources for Border Patrol agents, keeping our families, communities, and children safe. And Ann Wagner didn't stop there. In Congress, Wagner passed the largest working-class tax cut in American history, kept big government out of our business, protected our way of life, and ensured our communities remain safe. That's why Ann Wagner's endorsed by the Missouri Farm Bureau and Missouri Fraternal Order of Police. Vote Ann Wagner for Congress on August 4th.
I'm Ann Wagner, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Ann Wagner for Congress.
Tony Colombo here for All Solutions Pest Control, the team Christine and I trust to protect our home. We've used multiple services at multiple homes over the years, and I can tell you from all that experience, All Solutions is second to none. If you have a pest problem of any kind, or more importantly, just want to prevent a problem, All Solutions is the team to call. Learn more and take advantage of their incredible $67 introductory offer right now at allsolutionspestcontrol.com.
If a pest-free home is your goal, call All Solutions Pest Control.
Have you heard those ads claiming Amendment 4 stops conservative amendments?
That's not true. It actually stops a couple big cities from pushing radical ideas into our Constitution. Remember 2024? Only 8 out of 114 counties voted to allow transgender surgeries on children.
That's terrifying. We can't let just a handful of counties rule the whole state.
Exactly. Amendment 4 requires broad statewide support and keeps foreign money out of our elections. Vote yes on 4 this August 4th.
Paid for by Freedom Principal MO, Missouri First PAC. Kate Sickles, Treasurer.
If you have a phone, you have a radio.
Download the all-new News Talk STL app.
Love the all-new News Talk STL app.
On my way to work in the morning.
Usually I'm in the car.
I listen on the app in my car every morning going to work.
Download the News Talk STL app and listen anytime, anywhere. Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019.
Hey y'all, this is Killer Bees, world famous comedian, part-time swimsuit model. You are listening to my brand new best friend in the world, Vic Porcelli.
And that is why I've introduced legislation to add the Equal Rights Amendment as the 28th Amendment, enshrining it as the law of this land.
I'd be happy to look at your Equal Rights Amendment and read through it. I guess my biggest question was, does it define what a woman is?
I look forward to your signing on.
We'll take a look at it. I just was hoping for some analytical clarity, but thank you. We'll take a look at it.
He is so snarky and so smart and so prepared
and calm
every time he reads it. Did you say that men could have children? And the witness will go, no, I didn't say that. Yeah, you said it. It's right here in the transcripts. Like he's always ready and prepared for anything the left wants to bring.
And explain that a little bit, though, Vic, because that's Ariana Grande. No, Presley.
That's so funny.
and that's her at the first part. Mm-hmm. And she wants him. We want you to codify this for women. And he's like, well, can you include in there what a woman is?
Isn't that a fair question?
She shuts down.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what to say.
When they get just common sense that a kindergartner knows, you know. I'll never forget when Chris was young, and we saw this guy. You know, Chris can't keep his mouth shut. I don't know where he got that from.
Yeah, I have no idea.
But he asked this guy, are you a boy or a girl?
Oh.
And the guy says, I'm undecided. And Chris looked at me, and I was like, oh.
I have no idea.
What am I supposed to say to him?
Right. What are you going to say?
So there's Ayanna Presley. Down goes Presley. Down goes Presley. And look at Brandon Gill in his corner. As poised as can be.
Calm as can be.
Poised.
And calm.
No, poised.
Is that what that is?
When you do a quote, you got to quote it.
Oh, I got you.
It's Howard Cosell. Do you realize you're messing with Howard Cosell?
I am.
Who are you?
Who am I
to mess with Howard?
Such an icon?
You're messing with Howard Cosell. Okay, enough of that. So how do you feel, Ken, about this 75-mile-an-hour speed limit now? That's going to be in rural sections of the highway?
Rural? I love the,
Sure, because you drive like a maniac.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Come on.
George Carlin said, if you're on the road and somebody's driving too slow, they're an idiot. But if somebody's driving too fast, they're a maniac.
Okay. Well, I'm driving down 44 a couple weekends ago. I was going 80. I know. Cars were flying past me and flipping me off because I was going too slow.
Wow!
Cars are going crazy on the road now.
I told Chris when I taught him how to drive, I said, don't be the fastest car on the road.
No.
You want to drive fast? Fine. Go in the middle lane, let people go by so they get pulled over and you don't. And he gave that back to me one time when he was driving. He was like, oh, don't be the fastest car on the road. I love that. Wait, before we get back to that, DLW in the chat box says, Tramp was great in concert. So you don't have to say Super Tramp.
Oh,
Tramp was great. When we saw him, we had his little sush before the show,
Tramp.
Sweet little bevy. Ken needs hazardous duty pay. What do you need hazardous?
I do.
For what?
I don't know. Maybe. I'll take it if it's pay.
Oh, I guess so. Well, Ken, hey.
What?
We just got a letter. I don't know where it is,
We
so you're
just
going to have
got
to
a
read it.
letter.
I got it.
We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Wonder who it's from.
Well, Vic, we just got a letter from Mary, listener Mary, and it has to do with speeding.
Oh.
Because I was talking the other day about me getting pulled over.
Because you were driving like a maniac.
No, I was going down a hill. Okay. And I was going too fast for sure. And then I agreed with the police officer that was there. And I said, I'm sorry. And he just, after checking me out, making sure everything was okay with me, he let me go with a warning. And I thought it was awesome because I didn't have to pay anything. But Mary, not so lucky. It says, hi, Ken. Yesterday, you were talking about getting stopped for speeding. I drive Laclede Road a lot. And there's a downhill there where I just take my foot off the gas. And you do, because you're going downhill. It's no big deal, right? You think, don't touch the brake, though, because she said I didn't want to get a new brake job. I got stopped on Lockwood going 47 and a 30. I was trying to get to Berry Road. I didn't know the speed limit there. And that's the thing, Vic. Going down a hill, I turn the corner, go down the hill. The speed limit was 20 miles an hour. I had no idea that any road was ever 20 miles an hour, let alone that road. So I was going 40 to 20, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. But, yeah, so she had that issue. And she said, let's see, I had my license out for him, and before he got to my window, I said, I know I was going too fast. He wrote me a ticket, $153. Taught me a lesson, and now I drive the speed limit, of course. The officer was very nice. He asked where I was going in such a hurry, told me I should slow it down. Yep, just a story to add to your story. The show wasn't the same when you were gone for the long weekend. You guys do a good job. Stay well. Thank you. What do I have to do? I don't get to read them.
We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Wonder who it's from.
Well, Mary, sorry you got the ticket.
Yeah, Mary.
My wife, I can only imagine how many times she got pulled over and was let go because she was hot.
Okay.
That's an advantage they have over us.
Well, it's fair. It is fair.
I guess you're right. So, with all this being said, a New Hampshire Democrat speeding at 107 miles per hour in a 65-mile-per-hour zone.
Okay, that's just crazy.
Have you ever driven over 100 miles an hour?
For a few seconds, yes, but not regularly. No.
I will tell you right now, definitively, I've never driven 100 miles an hour ever.
I did once to see if I could. Got over 100 and said, okay, that's good.
So accidents happen.
That is. But nobody was on the road with me.
Okay, good. So you only would have killed yourself.
It was a long straightaway. It really was. I wanted to see how I could do it.
So 107 in a 65-mile-an-hour zone. So that's going 107 miles an hour on, say, Highway 40 in St. Louis, right?
Yes.
Now.
That's hauling, man.
Yes. And
107.
Okay, so tell me if this ever happens to you, Ken, because it happens to me, but my cat-like reflexes save me. If I'm driving in the middle lane and somebody gets on to, say, Highway 40 and they want to go into the middle lane. They never put the directional on. They never show you that what they're going to do, but I just feel it.
Oh, yeah, you know.
Because they were a little bit aggressive, but never. So I just slow down and say, go ahead.
Go, yeah.
You know, let them do it.
The reason why I slow down when they do that and I'm in the middle lane is because they can't really see you in the rear view when they're doing that cross like that. If you're just in the lane and you look back, you can see. And that's why I always look back before I even go into another lane.
Yeah, see, that's good. What you do is good. It was bad for my daughter, Mia, because I told her when I was teaching her how to drive, because when you drive in the postal Jeep, you're not allowed to turn around for any reason. Mirrors only.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, what, you get like fired or what?
Yeah, I guess.
Huh.
No. That answer is no. But it's just safety things that they teach you to drive that I still do to this day. I never turn around. When I back up, never. I never turn around all the way back. I use the mirrors and that's it.
Have you ever nailed anything when you're doing that?
Not as far as you know.
Okay.
But I told her, just use the mirrors. And the first time she took the test, she failed because she used the mirrors and she didn't turn and look.
Oh.
And I said, that's my fault. I told her that. You know, always have an out. That's another thing they teach you at the post office. So if you get cut off or you have to change lanes, make sure you can change lanes and not hit somebody as you're changing lanes. You know, it's a little postal experience. You know what's funny? Sorry, squirrel. When I was at, where was I? I guess I was at MMR in Philadelphia. And did I tell that story during the deli about Bowie? Oh my God, I didn't tell the most important part of that story. Too late now. But at the post office, when you're doing your route, right, you sit at your case and you're surrounded by slots. Every slot is another house. So you look at the address, you find the slot, and just as you touch that slot, you look down to see what's next. That's like just to do it quicker.
Becomes habit, right?
Yeah. So I realized I was doing it when I was putting CDs away. No, it was at the river, actually. I was putting CDs away, and I was like, oh, my God, what is this, the post office? You know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I was in no rush to do it, but it was just habit. It was just habit to do it.
And that was back when we played CDs and nobody was there to put anything away for you. You had to stack your own. You had to have 3 hours of stack for the next person to come in, the next DJ.
It's only fair.
Yeah.
I always did.
You had to clean up the tape that you used on the floor.
Yep. So she says she has legislative privilege, so it's okay for her to drive 107 miles.
So what's her name?
Ellen Reed.
And she's a Democrat you're talking about, right?
Yes, she is. New Hampshire State Representative Ellen Reed, Democrat from Newmarket, New Hampshire, has legislative privilege.
See, I don't know, is that even a definition of something, a legislative privilege? Does it have a definition? I wonder if there's like legislative privilege in any way, shape, or form, because to me, that's two-tier.
It's absolutely two-tier. But can I translate it for you?
Yeah.
From her language into English?
Okay.
So her legislative privilege means, do you know who I am? That's it. What else could it mean?
It has to be that.
Yeah. Oh, love this song.
Whoosh.
I am so upset that I didn't do the most important part of the deli.
Next time.
Next time what? Next time I do Bowie in the deli?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
It'll be his birthday.
It's in January.
Okay.
I can't even wait that long. I can't wait till tomorrow.
You're obsessive.
But I can sing along. Vocals by Vic Porcelli and Ken Williams. Thank you very much. Chat box is next.
Watch us on our live stream using Rumble, Facebook, and Twitter. The Vic Porcelli Show. Vic and Ken.
Here's $40 if you leave right now.
No, I stay.
The Vic Porcelli Show on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL. Columbo and Company.
Join us every day for conversations with a wide variety of guests as we keep you informed and up to speed on all the important news and headlines you need to know.
Live and local weekdays at 2 on News Talk STL.
Hunters, we are about 2 months away from turkey season. Are you ready?
Hey, it's Mike Ferguson here, and if you stop by and visit my friends at Whistle Pig Outdoors, you will be. Whistle Pig is stocked with decoys from Avian X and DSD, clothing from Bandit and First Light, calls from Rolling Thunder and Woodhaven, plus Whistle Pig has those hard-to-find tungsten shells from Apex and Migra. Whistle Pig Outdoors in Troy, Missouri. Just go to whistlepigoutdoors.com.
Psst. Want to hear the best-kept secret in St. Louis? Staff's Pizza. We're not afraid to compare squares. According to our customers, we have the best St. Louis-style pizza anywhere, and we can't disagree. Dine-in, pickup, or delivery in St. Peter's, St. Charles, Lake St. Louis on Fort Trail, and the original Stefanitas in O'Fallon on Veterans Memorial Parkway. Check us out at StefsPizza.com. Steph's Pizza. We're not afraid to compare squares.
Let's take a break.
Good idea.
Hey, Tom, what are you doing on that Amendment 4?
You know, we fought for our freedom and rights. I'm not giving them away without a fight.
4 takes them?
That's exactly what 4 does. For over 100 years, Missouri voters have used our constitutional power to act when the politicians refused. I'll be darned if I'm voting to pass on less freedom and power to my kids.
And doesn't 4 also kill majority rule?
Yup. Creates minority rule, or just 5% of the most liberal statewide voters in one Missouri congressional district that block any citizen-led reform, making it nearly impossible to pass common-sense conservative citizen ballot measures.
That's crazy town stuff.
And we've needed our citizen ballot measure power to pass some big conservative stuff, like outlawing tax hikes without voter approval, lobbyist reforms, and term limits for career politicians.
No way I'm letting a tiny fraction of liberals derail our conservative power. I've no on Amendment 4.
Hard no on 4.
Petty 4 buttons are inch prepare governance.
The Vic Porcelli Show. Made in St. Louis, for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
Nurse Jackie. Her and Zoe were out in the street dancing to this song. Okay. I got to tell the story, Ken. I got it.
Okay.
Because it's all about me.
No, you go right ahead.
Vic. It's all about Vic. So, back to David Bowie. Paul McCartney was playing at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia Saturday, July 14th. In 1990. I was doing 2 to 6 in the afternoon at WMMR in Philadelphia. That night, Paul McCartney is playing the Vet. I had already done a 4-hour show in the morning because I had to do 2 shows in that day and then go down to Philadelphia and be on the air there. So I already knew that it was the date that David Bowie played the Tower Theater in Philadelphia and made the album called David Live. And I get there, and Earl Bailey is at Veterans Stadium, and he says, yeah, you know, rock and rollers love to come play in Philadelphia. And I said, hey, you know what, Earl? Not only do they love to play in Philadelphia, they love to record here because it was on this day, July 14th, 1974, that David Bowie played the Tower Theater, and it made the great album David Live. And I said, let's hear a song from David Live recorded on this day in Philadelphia on 93.3 WMMR. Play the song. Hotline rings. What does that mean when the hotline rings?
You're in trouble.
You in trouble, girl?
Period.
You in trouble.
I mean, it usually is only one thing.
So I'm like, hi, Joe. That was great. He goes, that was great. Play 2 more songs from him, whatever you want. So I got to play 3 Bowie songs.
When you get that kind of okay, it's awesome.
It was my greatest moment in radio.
And one of the good things about the River radio station when we were there, and then we had concerts out at the Riverport at the time, we always got to play like the album cuts and everything when the band was in concert there. It was awesome.
And then Mario used to do a concert replay, all the songs he did in concert in a row that night.
Okay.
Pretty cool. All right. I want to start with Facebook today because there are some requests. Bill says, good morning, Vietnam. Oh, wait, wrong show. Good morning, Vic Head Patriots.
Whoosh.
Kathleen says, good morning. Bam, bam. Tom says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Vic Head Patriots from Amy. Bill says, I feel dumber every time I hear Kamala Harris speak.
Oh, no kidding.
Don't you? It's
morning,
crazy.
St. Louis.
Barbara says, old Rojo wanting to run for presidency. trying to get points. Who's Roho?
Rokana.
Oh, Roho Kana. What? That's a great nickname. Ho Kana.
His name's like Roba or something like that. I can't remember. Ro is a short way to say his real name.
I ain't married. What's up? Did you see Biden's book promo? Did you see the commercial on TV for it? It's so bad.
Yeah, we got something we're going to do for you.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that, too. Scooter says, excellent segment on David Bowie. Thanks. Appreciate that. If you read Scooter says, if you read lips, Vic looked like he said a Hail Mary when he hit his head on the bottom of the counter. I don't think it was a Hail Mary.
I don't think it was that, but you're close. That's pretty
close,
good.
Yeah. Could you please repeat the information about Heroes Care? I have several vets that would like to take advantage of this. Absolutely,
Please.
Bill.
Yes.
So here it is. It's happening at Heroes Care, and that's at Mission Depot. Their store is Mission Depot. High Ridge, 4558 Gravois Village Center, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Saturday. Bring ID that shows you were in any form of the military or first responder, and you get a suit. Are you kidding me?
And they're good suits, yeah.
1,000 of them. And we thank Heroes Care for doing that. Any motorist driving extremely fast will drive all day and never be first. Did Aesop say that?
But that's a very smart thing. Think about that. You're driving along Highway 70 out to another state. You're never first. You're never going to be first. What are you doing? If you're not in a hurry, what the hell are you doing?
Who were we talking about healthcare with today? Was it Nate? I think it was Nate. And he said that doctors should be able to be licensed in all states. Remember he said that?
Yeah.
So what if this happens? What if a doctor is licensed in Missouri, crosses the river, drives into Illinois, and he sees a car accident, and he gets out of his car and he helps, and he, helps out with the person that got into an accident? Is he violating a law because he's helping in a state where he's not licensed, but there was an accident? What in the hell?
I think that's an ethical question. I mean, really.
Well, what's the answer?
He has to help.
He has to help.
He has
so
to.
that you can't say, oh, you're violated your license.
He might get sued, but he has to help. I mean, at some point, Vic, common sense has to take over in this country. We're getting tired of it. America has a lot of fatigue going on with different things here, and that's probably a part of it. We need to have pharmaceutical companies or insurance companies be able to give us a choice across the state lines. Why don't we have the choice to choose a hospital or an insurance company in another state? Why do we not have that opportunity? It's all about lobbyists, Vic.
I've watched my wife jump out of a moving car. I didn't even put on the brake yet. And she jumped out of the car because she saw some lady fell down. And she just jumps into action like a superhero.
Yeah. Yeah.
And by the way, if she was a superhero, her name would be Asbestos Woman. Because she could just take hot stuff off the stove and she doesn't even go, ow, ow, ow.
Really?
Yeah. She's Asbestos Woman.
Asbestos Woman.
Cape.
Right.
Really cute little
Pink.
costume.
Kind of pinkish.
Pinkish, yeah. Cute little short skirt.
Pink flames,
costume.
Maybe. Asbestos Woman.
Hey, Asbestos Woman, I'm in trouble. Can you put out my fire? It's Thursday.
I want to be clear.
Paul Spool. Ken's wearing the Smoking for Veterans t-shirt there, Paul.
So what? So he doesn't refer to me?
And he'd like some recognition. Ken would like some recognition.
Hey, Paul.
All right, over to Rumble.
Over here, dear.
Oh, M. Goltz is first and says, "Good what?
What up, Mark?
Good morning, Patriots. DLW has 2 little piles of poop, and PMS is turd, so he's got 3. Good morning, Patriots. Hey, it's good. Hey, it's good to see you.
Hey, it's good to see you.
Good day. Thank you, Gene. Gene. Whoosh, my brothers and sisters. Yeah, good day. In the words of the late Paul Harvey. Wonder how many people remember him. Well,
hi. Good night, everybody.
Now you know the rest of the story. What a great radio feature that was. Vic, Jetsons is early today. Okay. All right. Would you have money on the under? He must have money on the under. Because usually it's 9:15 it goes off.
Right, it was 6 minutes early.
So he took the under.
He did.
I'm going to go broke just because of my phone.
Oh, poor you.
What is our president going to talk about? Question of the day. Don't know what he's going to talk about tonight, but you'll hear it right here on News Talk STL starting at 8 o'clock.
Yes.
Karen's poking the bear today. Boy, she was.
Yes, she was.
Ed Stoid is fifth. He's slacking. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America under Felix.
No peace.
No fair tariffs.
No peace.
No fair chat box.
No peace.
President dropping bombs everywhere, maybe in my speech tonight. Donald John Grover, Cleveland, Trump. Yo, Vic. Yo, Ken. Yo, Rumblers. Wow. 101
Vic.
Fitting everybody.
Yo, Vic.
Stepped on by 101. Well, they got their own little thunder stealer problem in the chat box.
Uh-oh.
Good morning, all you beautiful MAGA, ultra-patriotic, deplorable, freedom-fighting, God-fearing, Vic Heads. Where does Wish?
Whoosh.
Hey, it's good to see you.
Hey, it's good to see
I
you.
got him, everybody. 101 out of practice. Ed, I've never stepped on anything that wasn't in my pathway. Hey, Karen, how you doing? DEI Jackson. Yeah, I'm out of practice. Been a kind of rough for a while. Oh, my God. I hope you're okay there, buddy. Oh, my God, yeah. 101 straight up. What if I were to say whoosh, my brother?
Whoosh.
Ken, Vic, are we bounced before? What are you watching again today? Oh, my God. I saw Kathy come in.
Yeah.
And assume they're getting two what are you watchings this week.
Yeah, Kathy came in and got a picture, I think.
It's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
When she walked by, I was like, oh, my God, does she think it's Friday? Did we tell her Thursday?
Oh, what did we do?
She just wanted a photo with two hands.
Think about what you'd think about
Yes.
at the time.
Right. Mom Dami, he's easy to love, to hate. I'm even a hater, but that dirtbag gives me... I'm not even a hater, but that dirtbag gives me really, really disgusting vibes.
I so agree with the Vic Heads, man, on this, Vic. Every time I see that guy open his mouth and listen to him, he's hiding something. There's something there. I don't care. Whatever he says, I know he's hiding something.
Mm-hmm. Ed says, Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. I love them, too. Love their music. Oh, that should be Trump's new nickname. Big Bad Voodoo Daddy Trump. What the bleep? What the? Don't you cuss on this here radio. Okay, give us credit. We do this feature called What the, and we don't cuss on this here radio at all. No cussing.
Now, if you want to submit a what the, your version of it, send away. And if I have to, I will edit it, but I'll use it. So Ken at NewstalkSTL.com, just little recording. What the?
And use that email address for that, also for the Pledge of Allegiance.
If you could, I'd love it.
And a vet. If you know a vet you want us to talk about.
Yes.
Anyone else hoping Trump goes scorched earth tonight so we all can say, what
I do.
the bleep?
I hope so.
I hope so, too.
Remember, they're coming after me because I'm standing up for you.
More people have been shot by transgendered, mentally ill people than have been shot by ICE agents. And they
Shut your mouth.
They'll never admit that.
How can you say that when it's true? It is true. It's
true.
Totally true.
Yeah. Morning, Patriots. Hi, Vic and Ken, our freedom fighters. Yeah. Hi, Allison. Say a story this morning that Eric Fartswell spent a lot of campaign funds after he was out of office on an attorney. Good to see you. Hey, gay. Hey. Good to see you.
Hey, it's good to see you.
The Kenny Thunderstealer Williams. ICE assaults up 1,300%. Vehicle assaults 3,200%. And death threats to ICE officers and their families up 8,000%.
And it's okay. It's okay if you're on the left doing that.
It's unacceptable. Democrats have a horribly long Democrats have a horrible long-term memory, and they forget what they've done and said in the past like they've never said it. Thank God for body cameras.
Isn't it amazing how many times we see them corner themselves? They do.
Yeah, I agree. I thought you were going somewhere else.
No.
Roe is not representing the U.S., in my opinion. Ro Khan is just a piece of
stuff.
Don't you cuss on this here radio.
Ukraine is a small country. Russia is a bigger country. Next to Ukraine, that's a smaller country. Next to the bigger country, Russia, blah, 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 word salad.
That was the funniest thing, that particular clip, because we have it somewhere. But he was saying, can you simplify it to where people can understand the situation? Not the way she did it. And it was so funny.
Adjudicated idiots who decry the trades wouldn't last a day in the auto repair shop.
No, that's true.
Yeah. Fredo Porcelli. Hey, I was Fredo? I don't think so. Can you name that movie?
No.
Analyze this.
Oh, okay.
Upham is a rhino. That's the guy who says that somebody should kill President Trump.
Oh.
Big shoes to fill, Nate. You better bring it, young man, and leave those millennial tendencies at the door. He's cool. Nate's cool. That was 101, by the way. Thanks so much. What if I said?
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right about that.
Needs to have some repercussions. The guy who said that Trump should be killed. What the hell, Ken?
Needs to be.
If none of these politicians can blatantly lie while under oath, then the rest of us should be free and clear, right? Arrest these ass hats for lying and perjury.
Yeah.
Then walk out. Then walk them out in front. Feds order exhumation of Obama's personal chef. I have not heard that, but if it's true, I want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
If Barry Soetoro passed tomorrow, I might have a party. Now, listen.
No.
We have to be on the... What am I trying to say here, Ken?
It goes under...
We have to take the high road.
Restraint.
We have to take the high road.
Yeah.
I never wish anybody dead. Nobody.
No.
The Secret Service is investigating him. It won't go anywhere.
Now, do I want him in jail for the rest of his freaking life? Yeah.
That's not death.
No, that's not death. Okay. But I get what... Because I understand the emotion and the sympathy's running high like that.
Yeah.
But we just don't ever want to wish somebody dead. You just don't want to do that.
In the words of Don Corleone. That's not justice. Your daughter's still alive. Fact, PTSD, yes. Left-handed people were thought to be witches and warlocks.
Yeah.
And were put to death back in the day. Wow.
I remember as a kindergartner, they kept trying to make me use my right hand for scissors. Because they didn't have any, they had one pair of left-handed scissors that didn't work. So I learned, and that was really what I do to this day is I use my right hand for the scissors.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
The word sinister originally meant left in Latin.
Oh.
101 spell check. It's adjudicate. It's none of
He
us.
is a hot-ass mess, honey.
Looking at Vic, making it all about himself again. To quote a confused American hero, come on, man. Just Vic, it's all about Vic.
Yeah.
It's all well known in insurance circles that the past administration set up Obamacare to fail. They want to take over the healthcare system and mandate who will be governing doctors. Healthcare's got to be inexpensive and affordable and good, the care itself. The Republicans need to eliminate the filibuster, pass the SAVE Act, and then repeal Obamacare and let the system revert to what it was in the past.
I hope we never find out, but if they get control again, the filibuster's gone. It's blown up. It's not going to exist anymore.
With major claims to offer the costs. There's also the phrase, left is right and right is wrong. Origin unknown, but I love it. Subsidize the big losses for transplants. Then the insurance companies will be successful, and you'd see a big difference. It was an easy fix back then, and Obama knew it. 101, that used to be about guys' earrings. Left was straight. Huh.
Oh, yeah. I remember that was the time when I was actually in a band, and what I did is I just got earrings in both ears.
So speaking of Ken in a band, Ken is going to be the subject of next week's Porcelli's Deli.
Oh, am I really?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
I'm just going to ask you questions.
All
about
right,
your past.
all right.
Like, where were you on the night of June 21st? I'll have the usual pastrami marble with Dijon, Quadrophenia. Nope. But Who's Next? Who's Next was the album. Thanks, Barry. Doesn't surprise me. Staffing is an issue when they can't pay or find their employees. Bog the system down. It's fixable, I said. David Bowie singing with Bing Crosby. So good, right, Ken? Peace on earth. Yeah.
Shut up.
Oh, no. A friend of mine just got an earring once. I asked him, why was he coming out? And that was his reply. Oh, no. I'm sorry, everybody.
Shut your face.
It is Ken's fault. Asbestos Woman. My wife's superhero name. Thank you so much for having the record player on at night to listen to us this morning.
Make sure you have the record player on at night.
Jamie Allman is next.
The award-winning show.
Yes, he is. 3 Martini lunch, all that great fun. And Ken and I will see you tomorrow for a Friday.
And thanks for being here, everybody.
Appreciate you.
Whoosh.
When your commercial or industrial facility needs repairs, who do you trust? Commercial Facilities Maintenance gets the job done right every time. From plumbing and electrical to asphalt, concrete, and fencing, we handle it all. Occupied job sites? No problem. Multi-phase projects? We've got you covered. We offer seamless communication, quality handiwork, and a cost-free estimate within 1 to 2 business days. Building trust with quality work. Visit CommercialFacilitiesMaintenance.com. That's CommercialFacilitiesMaintenance.com.
Hey, Jamie Ullman here for Window World. Did you know that Window World offers a lifetime warranty that covers all parts, glass breakage, and labor? They are one of the only 2 replacement windows with the Good Housekeeping seal of approval. Window World St. Louis has been owned and operated by a group of born and raised St. Louis residents for more than 23 years, and now Window World is offering 36 months same as cash financing with approved credit. Call them today, 800-GET-WINDOWS for a free in-home, no-pressure estimate. That's Window World at 800-GET-WINDOWS.
Is your retirement income at risk if you or your spouse needs nursing home or in-home care? Hi, I'm Eric Robert, Director of Investments with the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel and host of On the Money, Saturday mornings at 9 on NewstalkSTL 1019. The cost of long-term care is one of the biggest risks in retirement planning. For many retirees, a single nursing home stay can cause a significant reduction in assets that can permanently reduce your retirement income. Fortunately, there are affordable and flexible options available today that can help you manage the cost of long-term care. Our team can help you address the risks relevant to your retirement, including long-term care. To schedule your free retirement plan consultation, go to clearpathinvesting.com. That's clearpathinvesting.com, or call us at 636-695-2650. That's clearpathinvesting.com or 636-695-2650. Stifel Nicholas